Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian, Titus, and Justin Ham.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast. Wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands. Not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. Never know who's gonna walk through the door. There just might be some tragedy. It's just having fun with a special guest. Time for Stage Select.
And here are your hosts, Julian, Titus, and Justin Ham.
Oh man, watch me summon this energy out of nowhere to go into show mode. You watch?
You might.
Are you watching? Are you watching?
No, I'm not.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
Yeah, you kind of did it. I'm Justin Ham. Hi. Welcome to this. I was witness to some cat drama recently. That was fun. Not drama between cats, but drama about cats, which was fun because I wasn't involved in it. It was very serious drama, though. But I entertained myself for a couple days playing Law and Order between two people. Like, well, not really. Like, they didn't know I was doing it, obviously. But I just kept coming up with defenses for both sides. That was fun. Basically what happened is a person had been taking care of some cats after a breakup and a leaving of the home, and then after several months one of the cats became very sick, and then they took them to the vet, and vet said, hey, not great. Cat was then relieved of its mortal duties, so to speak, and then the person who actually owned the cats was not actually contacted about that. And I was like, oh, well, that's a lot of fucking layers to this, actually.
Yeah.
It was intense. It was an intense situation, but that was how I entertained myself this week at work. Was just
that sounds so entertaining. Yeah,
that's doing Law and Order. It was fun to me, where I would just go back and forth in my head, like, Your Honor, clearly this is bullshit. This person left these cats here for months and never came to retrieve them when clearly they could have.
Yeah,
and didn't.
I feel bad for the kitty.
I do feel bad for the cat. That's the real victim in all this. But you know, what are you gonna do?
But, I mean, you're supposed to cut them in half in that situation anyway and give one to the one parent and one to the other. I learned that in the Bible.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, it's word for word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be this kind of episode, I guess.
Back from vacation and then was not feeling well, and I've been in bed most like a good chunk of the week. Literally just woke up minutes before it was time to record this. So there you go. I don't know that we have not really any announcements or anything for patrons. The Lobster episode went up for Cinemorons for executive producers, and then after this episode comes out, shortly after this episode comes out, the new Suffer Select should be out, where we're playing Downward Enhanced Edition.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I have a housekeeping. We'll be doing a live review of this chair I bought. It's a Respawn fucking chair. I don't know if it's good or not. It's all fabricy, which is nice.
I see that. Yeah. It doesn't have that ugly leather sheen.
Yeah. I wanted something fabric because sitting here doing this for a while, like I start to sweat really bad on the back, and I'm just like, I wake up and I like feel disgusting. I was like, I need something cooler, and it has a little leg rest, which I'm using right now. Doesn't really, it can recline very much, but I figured I better keep it like recline like this. But so far, so good. This is like the first extended sit I'm gonna have. So by the end of the episode, I'll tell you if it's any good or not.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I really want a Herman Miller chair. I bought what I thought was a Herman Miller chair, and it turned out to be a knockoff.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it gets the job done, but when I know it's not going to last as long as a Herman Miller chair, so once it's time to get another one, I'm hoping to get one of those.
Okay, so question about that. Is it, what brand is it? Was it supposed to be a Herman Miller? And
it was advertised as a Herman Miller chair, and I should have realized something was up when it was like half the price of the others. It was advertised as being on sale, but I should have realized that like there's no way those chairs would go on sale for 50% off when they're like $1,200 or whatever.
They are pretty fucking expensive. I looked at all chairs going into this one. This one's actually, I believe, cheaper than the chair I was using. But like I said, I was just like, I just need a new fucking chair. I don't know. I'm just sick of this one, basically. I gave the old one to Kim. She's very happy about it. It was a lazy boy. It was. But at the same time, at the end of a podcast, I'd be like, my ass hurts. Everything hurts. This is not a great chair. I need to lean a little bit. There's no lean in that chair.
I have my chair set up to where it won't lean. Like it's a pretty rigid back.
Yeah. I mean, I have this one locked right now, but it's got a little bit of lean to it. It's nice. It's pretty nice so far. So, so far it's holding up. But I was looking into chairs. I looked at all of them, including the really expensive ones. Apparently, the new hotness in the Herman Miller style chair is a Liber Novo or some shit like that. They looked really comfortable.
They've got real pretentious names, but like
they do. Yes,
it was actually Tim Rogers that turned me on to it, because when I was watching his like 7-hour long Cyberpunk Choose Your Own Adventure review, one of the ones that I picked ended up being mostly about him talking about like stuff that he had bought. Like it was had very little to do with the actual Cyberpunk thing, but he was talking about his Herman Miller chair, and I was like, because I'd gone through a couple chairs, and there had been times when I was having like some neck and upper shoulder problems because of sitting at the desk all day long.
Right.
And I was like, I need a better chair. And then I was starting to look into that, and I still need a better chair. But I mean, for a knockoff, this does like a really good job. It is a very comfortable chair. I can tell that it is slowly falling apart, where apparently a Herman Miller chair is kind of like, once you got it, you're kind of good for almost perpetuity. They are
expensive. I was like, I can't justify spending that much on a chair. I just couldn't. But like, I did consider it. Like I said, the Liber Novas are just as fucking expensive. They have, and once you look at them, they start advertising to you, because that's how the internet works now. And their advertisement is like one dude talking about it for like a fucking half an hour. Like, I started a video to go to sleep, and then I kind of like, we didn't go to sleep right away, and I was like, is this dude still talking about this fucking chair? Like, oh my God. This is insane.
Dude, YouTube, that like sometimes if you've been watching YouTube for a while, they'll just slip in like a 2-hour long ad.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, how much does he need to fucking say about this goddamn chair?
Look, man, there's a lot of features on that goddamn chair.
There was.
Yeah.
They had, like, you can adjust the lumbar to all this shit. Like, it was great. I was like, this is too much for anything. I don't need all of this. I just want a fucking seat. But yeah, there was that. There was also the secret lab chairs, which come in all sorts of fancy styles and shit. But those are like $500 or something. I was like, I don't really feel like doing that either.
And from what I can tell, it's like the least bang for your buck there.
Yeah, I started to gather that. I my biggest thing with it, and it's stupid, but it's true, is I hated the armrests on them. I was like, I want a fucking full armrest. I like to rest my arm. They had like little fucking nubs for armrests. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What are we doing? And then if you wanted like it to like have the little leg rest thing, you had to pay like an extra $200. I'm like, no, this is insane. This is just nuts. No, we're not doing this.
Yeah, it's purely branding that you're paying for.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Like, because that's what all the influencers sit on, you see. So
yeah.
But they also get free chairs, and they get them so often that they don't notice the chairs falling apart after a year and a half.
And then right. And then you get ads for Secret Lab stuff when you look into that stuff, and then it's not for chairs, it's for desks. They have desks where it's just fucking nothing but magnets. It's like,
how do those work?
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking magic, really, but it's crazy. There's just nothing but they're just like, yeah, and everything's magnetized. You can put it wherever. And I was like, I mean, okay. I just have a desk.
That sounds all right. I'm not going to lie. Like,
it's kind of neat, but like,
yeah.
I was like, but also it's like 400 something. It's like a lot of money too. And I'm like, okay, I'm not paying that much for magnets. I'm just not. I can do this on my own with like Velcro or something. It's fine. Same difference.
Agree to disagree. I'm not quite sure that a Velcro based system on a desk is going to get you where you need to go, but
you don't know that.
God bless.
You don't know that. But yeah.
All right. Life. Well, yeah, I didn't have anything pithy. I thought I think I did, and then I lost it in a haze of napping.
Good. Fantastic. I know how that is, by the way. Not even the napping, just get on here. Like I'll have something lined up all week. I'm like, I'm going to open the show with this shit. It's great. And then I'll get here and be like, what was I going to do again? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It happens.
But I think I will go ahead and kick things off for once. Usually we lead with Justin, but yo, man, the Resident Evil Requiem situation is crazy. And I got to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I played all the way through Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th mainline Resident Evil game, coming hot after, having played all the way through 7 and 8 for the first time.
Sure, yeah.
Recently. I think Resident Evil Requiem is a good video game.
Okay.
I think it may be my least favorite RE Engine Resident Evil game. And
interesting.
And once again, I feel like I'm going crazy because it is like the highest reviewed one. It's considered one of the best in the series. Mm-hmm. It's one of the highest reviewed games in the series. It's the highest or the quickest selling game in the series. Like I had surmised last episode, it really did like break containment in a huge way. Like it sold like 5 million copies in just a matter of days. Where usually it takes a Resident Evil game probably about a year to hit those numbers. So
right.
That's crazy. And I mean, look, the hype is warranted. Like,
sure,
it is a good game, and I enjoyed it, but I have a lot of issues with it.
Sure.
But I did want to lead off with like the things that I think it does really well, and the things that I wanted to applaud it for. First off,
I can I interject real quick?
Absolutely,
because I'm fascinated because I expected this to be much worse. When Julian and I talked last time, he was hating it.
I wasn't hating it.
Okay,
I was just
the impression I got. I was like, oh man, he really hates that one. I'm interested.
No, I am completely stunned and flabbergasted at why it got the reviews that it did.
All right.
Because I think mechanically it's got a lot of like fundamental issues where it's like, oh, this is bad actually.
Okay,
like
I got
this part of the game is bad. Like I don't know why people are over the moon for this. Like it's not 9s across the board to me. Like
I gotcha.
Weston reviewed it on Big Nerd Gaming and he gave it an 8. I think if I was reviewing it on a 10-point scale, I'm probably giving it a 7.5.
Okay, that's not too bad, really, honestly. In the
Yeah,
grand scheme
again,
of
good
everything.
game.
Yeah,
But especially coming off of Resident Evil Village, which I think might be like my
yeah,
second or third favorite now. Like if
Yeah.
I had to, if you put a gun to my head,
Mhm.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. At like having
Yeah,
having
you
had
like
some
that
time
one.
to get away from it and still think about it,
Mhm.
but also with the caveat that I did play it on casual, and now I'm wondering if I would have a different thought if I go back and play it on normal, because I did play
Mhm.
Requiem on normal.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it was a little bit of an adjustment going from playing 2 games in a row on casual
Mhm.
and then going to playing this one on normal.
Sure.
But before I get into all that, yeah, like Justin, I was not prepared. Like you know, when we were doing Game of the Year and we did Best Looking Game, and we
Sure,
were talking
yeah.
about Ghost of Yotei, and you know, you were like, someone asked you like, do you think you're going to feel this strongly next year? And you're like, yeah, I think I'm probably going to say it's one of the best looking games I've ever seen,
Yeah.
if not the best looking game on PlayStation
Yeah, that game
5.
looks fucking awesome.
I didn't realize there'd be a contender to that so quickly.
Mm.
Resident Evil Requiem looks fucking amazing.
It is a very good looking game. I will say that. Yeah, 100%.
It's phenomenal. The attention to detail is on a level that I really appreciate. Like I've watched a lot of like little YouTube videos of like, oh, check out this little thing that you might not have noticed, and they actually went the extra mile to make sure that the characters animate differently based on their outfits.
Oh wow.
So like Leon's wearing gloves, like leather gloves in this story, but there is an outfit where he's not wearing gloves. And like one of the first cutscenes with him, he takes off the glove and he looks at his hand, and it's raining, right? And so there, but in the version where he already has like the gloves off, he just looks at his hand. There's not the animation of him taking off the glove, which would look weird.
Right.
But also his hand is already wet. Where in the other cutscene where he had the glove on, his hand is dry. When
yes.
you know, just stuff like that. And like Grace's FBI outfit that you unlock after you beat the game has glasses with it. And so there's parts where she like adjusts her glasses, which is an animation that's not in the cutscenes. Like animation is kind like, to me, it goes along with graphics, but I understand that like I like if you wanted to like separate that out, I totally understand why you would.
Sure.
But there's also just incredible attention to detail to that stuff.
Yeah,
where there's just certain ways, like when Grace is walking around and like the way that she brings her gun up just feels so fluid. And then when she's like like the reloading animations are like, I mean, I remember 4 getting a lot of props back in the day for that, and they just really took that and ran with it. And there's certain ways that like when Leon's walking around in third person, like he'll do this kind of like it's almost like a John Wick style, like advance with his pistol, like, you know, held close.
Right.
And I do have to say the caveat, because I did play this on PlayStation 5 Pro, and apparently that's the way to go. So some of this stuff may not be readily noticeable to some people.
I see.
I've said for a while that I think that lighting and also by extension ray tracing is like really the next gen shit.
Yeah.
Especially because it's been used sparingly, but when it's done effectively, that's where it's like, holy shit, yeah, PlayStation 5, let's fucking go. And it's here, right? And like I know that like some people will hear ray tracing, they kind of roll their eyes, but it actually plays into not only the mood of this game, but slightly into the mechanics.
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's something about going in, like coming from like a lit hallway, going towards a hallway that's completely in darkness, and that transition being stark enough that it's like, oh, I have to turn my flashlight on right now because I cannot see in front of me anymore. And then, you know, coming back out of that as well is like very amazing. But then also the reflections, like I was surprised at how detailed the reflections were. So like there would be parts as Grace where I would like scare myself because I saw Grace's reflection in my periphery. Like, what was that? It's like, oh, it's me. And it, for Grace as a character, that's actually a perfect, like I felt that honestly, I was her in that moment.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I want to applaud. I think Grace is in a series where I just said that I don't really care about the characters. Ethan and Grace, I think, are probably my favorite ones because they're the most human characters.
I was gonna say I really liked what I've seen. I had that's a game that I have like paused right where I like as I'm watching it, like because I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch this whole thing and actually watch it.
Right.
But like, yeah, I liked everything I've seen of her as a character. I really liked. I just like her little quirks and stuff. I think she's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, she's an FBI agent who clearly has a lot of anxiety. She stutters when she speaks. She doesn't have confidence. She's not a field agent for one. Like she's an analyst, and she is following like this string of mysterious bodies that have shown up with like a strange like pattern of blemishes on their skin, right? And but she's looking at it from like a pathological aspect. So she's not really supposed to be in the field. Like I started on I'm about halfway through a second playthrough, and I didn't realize that the gun she starts with, it's not an FBI issue. It's one that she bought for self-defense.
Okay.
And makes her feel better to have it, but she's not good using it. She didn't get trained on it. But yeah, she's a great character because she does have like these insecurities. It makes sense when she is scared of things and she reacts to things in a way that like most people would.
Right.
Just like Ethan, it gives her parts of the game a little bit more of a Silent Hill feel because she is more of an everyman and not like a super well-trained agent person, like military person or cop person.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And the stuff with her in first person, like I haven't played with her in third person yet because the first person stuff works for me. Like it really does like help to feel like you're in her shoes, especially
That's good. Yeah.
Especially when you're hiding from like the stalker monster, which you've probably seen in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like the first part of the game takes place in this hospital facility. It's like a care facility, and it's very quintessential Resident Evil mansion coded type of thing with like the weird puzzles and stuff like that. But again, it makes sense because the main villain, who is a really cool villain, I really like him as well.
He seems neat.
He's very cool, and his whole thing is that like he worked under Spencer, like the original Umbrella guy.
Right.
So it makes sense that he would set up his practice very much like Spencer had his mansion, because the whole thing, like the deep lore about why the mansion is so weird is because Spencer was just like a very like paranoid person, and he put all of these like elaborate locks and keys together because it made him feel in control of the environment or whatnot. I don't know if that's still canon to like the games, but that's how it was explained in the novelizations, which I always appreciated.
Yeah. It kind of works. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Grace is amazing. Also, the pacing of her parts of the game, I think, are unparalleled.
Gotcha.
Because it feels a lot like Resident Evil 1, where it is very like the item management is very in your face.
Yeah.
You have a very small inventory to start with. I also played it on classic mode, so I had to use ink ribbons.
Right.
That also get into like a complaint that I have later on, because I don't think that they implemented them as well as they used to in the older games.
That's fair.
But it'll be a thing, and also there's not like she doesn't start with a gun. She finds a gun when she gets to that first facility. Like she has a gun in the very beginning of the game, and then she loses it.
Yep.
And then she finds another gun with no bullets in it, like early on in this care facility. And it's a thing where like when you find bullets, it's like, oh, here's 2 bullets, here's 3 bullets, right here. Sometimes you get 10, but that's like a smorgasbord. And it's a thing where every bullet counts. And there was a lot of times where I had 2 bullets in the chamber, and that was it. And I had like a halfway broken knife, and no healing items. And it makes for a very tense game. Like it
for sure. Yeah,
it works really well. I think the Leon stuff is less interesting. I honestly, if the game was just Grace, my feelings would probably be very, like, way more positive.
Mm.
The Leon stuff just feels a little bit like uneven because, like, at first it's like I wasn't expecting to switch back and forth between them. I thought it was going to be half and half.
Sure.
But you do switch back and forth pretty regularly at the beginning of the first half of the game. But the Leon sections will be like 5 minutes. And then you're playing for like an hour or more as Grace. And then it's like back to like a really quick Leon
It's almost like they wanted to throw him in there to sell copies of it because he's popular.
In the first half of the game, it feels that way. Second half of the game is way more of Leon. In fact, it's almost exclusively Leon.
Okay. Got you.
And I will say, I meant to say this at the top, there are going to be mechanical spoilers here, not so much story spoilers. But if you're wanting to be completely dark, I would probably recommend skipping to the next section now because I there are like things I need to talk about mechanically that just I can't get around. So one of the things in the back half of the game where you're mostly playing as Leon that I applaud, and I think it's the thing that people don't like. It's another thing where I just feel crazy. Because all three of these games, they each did like very different things, and I've really applaud them for shaking up the formula so much. And then even within Requiem, there's sequences where it's like, wow, that is not, I did not expect to see that. That's pretty neat.
Right.
But there's a part when it's in the trailers, like you go back to Raccoon City, right? Now it's like the nuclear fallout version of Raccoon City after they dropped the bomb. And that part is very open, and it made it feel a lot like Evil Within 2, which is one of my favorite horror games.
Yeah.
Because there you can kind of tackle your objectives in any way that you want. There's a stealth element to it where if you can sneak up on a zombie with Leon, then you can stealth kill it.
Okay.
With his hatchet, which is cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I'll
get to where I think it fails, as I start talking about my problems, because my problems are many.
Yeah.
But I think that's like kind of the overview of like the stuff that I'm really into.
Okay.
I think the story also is pretty good. Like I think it's more than good. It's actually a really good story.
Okay.
I think the ending sucks.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, is a thing that I think that I'm probably in the vast minority on. I think most people are pretty into it. I'm not quite sure because it seems that I'm the opposite. Like, even though that I am also like in the minority as far as like overall opinion, it's another thing like Metroid Prime 4 where the issues that I have are not the issues that other people have.
Sure,
so I know people hate Grace, and I'm like, no, she's the best part of the game.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Like people want more of the Leon stuff, and I'm like, no, the Leon stuff. I realized by the time I got to the end of this game, I fucking hate Leon S. Kennedy. It didn't occur to me because, like, in Resident Evil 2 vanilla, it's like he's just like the rookie cop. He doesn't really have much of a personality. It's whatever.
Sure.
And then in 4, it's like, yeah, I guess he was kind of quippy in 4, but it wasn't something that I really noticed at the time. It's something that I've noticed over the years has become a focus point for people where they're just like, oh man, that Leon with all of the cool like action movie one-liners in Resident Evil 4, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess he did have a few of those,
but they were all like really bad.
Yeah, but that's what but now because the fandom locked in on that so hard, now the developers reinforce that to the nth degree, and it's like, it's weird because Resident Evil takes itself really seriously overall, but then you've got Leon who kind of takes me out of the entire experience every time that not every time, but like basically at the end of every one of his sequences, he's got like his stupid action guy thing. And it's like, okay, like whatever. I don't like you, Leon.
Yeah. I feel like it worked in 4 really well because that was like a really campy game for the most part.
There was a lot of weird, wacky stuff in that one. Like 4 takes itself the least seriously of them all, but Requiem is taking itself deadly serious. Oh
yeah, I know. It's kind of a weird choice that they went that route, but yeah. Do what you do, I guess.
But I know like people love the Leon sequences, but they don't like the open world-ish nature of that back half where I'm like, no, that stuff is cool. I actually want Resident Evil 10 to be all this because like this is like a really cool way to do shit because
Interesting.
Because again, the attention to detail is like really interesting, and there's like a lot of like kind of cool things where it's like, I wonder if I can do. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay, that's pretty neat, right? But there's also like some weird pacing stuff that I'll get to as far as that stuff is concerned.
Sure.
But okay, so here's my issues, right? Like
Okay.
Grace. She's like it's hard to gauge how old she is, but I would say she's probably 26, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
Young, fit woman.
Right.
I am a newly turned 46-year-old overweight man who never exercises, and I could beat Grace in a foot race, Justin.
You probably could. Yeah.
She is one of the slowest characters that I have ever played. Just full stop.
Right.
Her running speed is slower than what I walk normally. And that's coupled with the fact that most enemies can just one-shot her.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I just like walked into a room and the zombies, like, you know, as far as the AI goes, like the zombies here, like they'll swarm you. Like they're not always coming from one direction. And so the times when I got like hit from behind and then died and subsequently lost like a lot of progress because, as I said, I was playing with the ink ribbons on.
Right.
But they're like super rare in this game, which that's where I kind of run into a problem with it, because in the older games, like, yeah, it was a finite resource. You couldn't just like save as much as you wanted, but they were prevalent enough that you didn't really have to worry about running out
unless you were super like just trying to essentially save scum. Yeah, you
right, or save after every major thing, right? Like you couldn't do that. But here it's like they're so rare that I did find myself going sometimes a couple hours between saves because it's like, well, I've only got like one save,
right?
And I better make it count, and then losing that hour or two of progress because she got one-shotted. Like, full health, takes one zombie bite, game over. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind the thought that because she's not super capable cop person or military person, that she's not as hardy as Leon, but you can't also have her be the slowest character in the game.
Yeah.
Like, it would make sense to me if she's like a super speedy character that can kind of like juke around zombies.
Yeah.
But if she gets tagged, it's going to be really bad for you. That's a pretty good balance for me, but you can't have it both ways. And they have it both ways. And
or if they like played into like, she's not fast and she's not good at anything, but she's really stealthy. Like she's like, and they focus more on that or something. Like you can go in that direction.
There is an element of that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that her stealth weapon, unlike Leon's, is a finite resource that takes a lot of crafting elements to make. And you're there's enough there that you can make a goodly amount of them.
Sure. But
it's still limited enough to where you'll be in a situation where it's like, fuck, I don't have any of those, and there's this hallway of like 5 zombies, and I've got 6 bullets in my gun, and the thing is that like you can try to run past the zombies, but apparently they're like the nimblest zombies you've ever seen, and they will just immediately grab her, and it sucks. I really don't like that part of it. On one hand, yes, it does ratchet up the tension, but it's another thing where it's like there's so many of them and they're so quick to spring on you, and they can so often one-shot you that it just makes it more frustrating than scary a lot of times.
Sure, yeah.
So I've got that issue. And even then, like I kind of like the idea that like she kind of just has the one gun.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Well, I hit 2 guns because Leon does give her his super pistol called the Requiem, which is where you get the name from.
Okay. Yeah,
but when he gives it to her, it's only got like 1 bullet left in the chamber. But it'll kill almost anything outright in one shot, or bigger enemies in like 2 to 3.
Right.
And eventually she learns how to craft the ammo for it, and you'll also find more ammo for it throughout.
Yeah.
But it is like it's like the BFG for Resident Evil.
Cool.
Where it's like you save it for either big enemies or what I ended up doing, because like there was like this one room in particular where it's just a room where you have to go get a plot critical item. But there's this one special zombie that sings, and it causes
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
it causes you stun damage anytime that she sings. But no matter what you do, because it's a trigger. It's not because you get seen. But as you try to go through that room stealthy, the singer sings and wakes up all these zombies, and all of a sudden you've got her and like 4 other zombies to contend with, and so. I died there like 4 times, and I was like, I'm just going to wait until I've got enough Requiem ammo. And then I just I just annihilated them all.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing that room. I think I got at least that far in my watch through. Because I remember that bit of her waking them up. Yeah. Okay.
So there's that with Grace. I'm trying to think if I have any other issues with that. I really hate how slow she is, but and you know, like on my second playthrough, like some of the stuff that I had issues with haven't been as bad. Well, one, I'm playing it on regular save system now, so that's freeing up some inventory space. I wish that when you started New Game Plus that you got to keep the upgrades that you had gotten, because I had her fully upgraded with like her shooting. And I also had like I think I was missing like one of her inventory upgrades. And you lose all of that. And it's like, well, that's weird. I thought that's kind of the point of New Game Plus, is that you get to kind of keep some of that shit. Like you get to keep like the weapons, but you have to rebuy them.
Okay. Yeah.
For Leon. Grace, the only way you get extra weapons for Grace is if you do the challenge points, which is where like basically your trophies give you points.
Oh, okay.
And then you can buy like special weapons for her that then will be in a storage box, but I haven't done that yet. And then with Leon, no, I forgot to talk about the most annoying thing, which after playing 8, and I realized that 8 isn't the most recent one, right? Because they did a couple remakes in between there.
They did,
but 8 felt good to play. It was like the only time where I could actually say I enjoy the act of aiming a gun and shooting it in an RE Engine Resident Evil game, because I think all of them have felt like garbage to me.
Yeah.
Requiem feels like garbage to me.
Yeah.
I had to practically max out the sensitivity on the aiming on the look stick.
Right. Okay.
Just to make it not feel completely like garbage, but even then I still feel like I'm underwater all the time. And Grace in particular, she feels like a tank. And I don't mean tank controls. What I mean is that when I press the right stick to the left to turn to the left, it feels like I'm turning the barrel of the tank cannon first. And then her body, the treads, follow a little bit after that.
Okay, I think
and the delay is such that it feels like, I don't know. Again, underwater is the best that I can describe it as.
Yeah,
I eventually got used to it again after a lot of finagling with the options and trying to like really up the sensitivity. But even then, it's a thing where if I go away from this game for a week and then come back to it, it's going to feel like shit again to me. The Leon stuff is slightly better, but not by much. At this point, I think it's intentional, because like I said, 8 felt way more responsive, and Pragmata feels super snappy, and they're all in the same engine. So it has to be on purpose, but it doesn't make the game more tense. It makes it feel like shit to play. To me. Yeah. And again, I know that I'm like in the minority on that, but it's one of those things where it's like I'm seeing all of these like stellar reviews, and I'm like, what game did y'all play?
Yeah, most people like the RE Engine aiming and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I will say the zombie behavior in this one is better, in the sense that they don't seem to jerk around as erratically as they have in the past.
Sure, yeah.
But that leads me to the Leon stuff, which Leon starts in third person. You can play him in first person, but I don't know why you would really want to do that, just because of the way his mechanics work.
Sure.
And, you know, the order of the day is like it was with Resident Evil 4, where shoot him in the legs to stagger them, hit him with a melee attack, and then you either run by them or, you know, you shoot them in the head until they're dead. That's all fine and good, but as the game goes along, the zombies become so bullet spongy that you're pumping like 7 or 8 rounds into their legs just to get them to stagger.
Right, yeah.
So that you can hit them with the melee and they're still not dead. You still have to pump like about 5 or 6 more rounds into them to kill them.
Yeah.
Unless you're lucky enough to get the prompt to do the finisher move with the axe, but that's not a consistent thing. It seems to be more consistent if you use the shotgun to stagger them. That was kind of my big thing. Like I had like a bunch of like things I was posting in the Discord of like things that just should not happen in a Resident Evil game. And one of them was like, it shouldn't take an entire clip of the gun to put a zombie down. Right. But especially a shotgun. So like I was fighting some zombies in the back half of the game, and it wasn't the starter shotgun. I think it was the second tier shotgun that I had mostly upgraded. Okay. And these zombies were taking like 10 and 12 rounds before they would finally go down. Granted, they were kind of like the upgraded, they call them blister heads, the ones that come back after you put them down the first time.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
But even so, it's like a shotgun just rips through flesh, and this should, like, there's a reason why the shotgun ammo is way less plentiful than the handgun ammo. Yeah. It's because it rips through flesh, and it's like, nah, son, nah, you gotta use like 10 rounds for this one enemy, and it's like that shouldn't happen. And I even had a moment where so one thing that's interesting, because you know, this one thing to note that I think is really cool is that this is the first time in a while that you're fighting zombies again, even though these are a different flavor of zombie. These are ones that have been like infected with a very specific virus that turns them very quickly, and they still have a lot of their mental faculties. Like, these zombies talk, they retain some of their motor control, right, and like muscle memory and stuff like that. So you'll see it's really effective in the
I was going to say I thought that stuff was really cool. There's like the one that I always remember was like it seemed
out.
Oh, that wasn't the one. The one I remember from what I've seen, maybe I just haven't seen that guy. The one I always remember from what I've seen is the maid that comes in and just screams at the top of her lungs like, "Who made this mess?" And I'm like, this is kind of cool, actually. I kind of like this. Yeah. Oh, that leads me to something that I thought was really cool that I wish was implemented more often in the game. There are two, because there's like kind of these like pairs of special zombies in that scene or in that area, and there's these two guys that, because of one of the procedures, loud noises like really fuck them up. Okay. And they're two of the strongest zombies in the whole game. Like they'll one shot you 100% of the time. Yeah. If you make noise. Right. But there was a part where that happened to me. I got one shotted by one of those guys, and then when I reloaded, I went back and I used an empty bottle and I threw it at the end of this like room, thinking that it would move him so that I could then get behind him and stealth kill him. Yeah. But what ended up happening is he blamed the noise on another zombie in the room and killed that zombie. Oh, that's pretty dope. And I was like, that's really cool. I wish that was a mechanic that was like more baked into the game and not just this neat one-off. Yeah. Because I think that you could do that in Evil Within 2. I think that you could like kind of manage things where you could get them to fight each other. Right. If not, that's a thing that I would like to see moving forward. That's kind of a neat idea. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a part where I was with Leon, and there was a zombie that picked up this like exploding canister to throw at me.
Sure. Yeah.
I shot the canister and it blew up in his face, and he got back up.
Why wouldn't he?
And I'm like, that should never happen. Why
wouldn't that happen?
in one of these games.
Come on.
There's just like a lot of bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And so it gets egregious in the final section of the game. And, again, mechanical spoilers, but there's a version of the liquor in this game.
Okay.
And you're told right away, oh, these liquors are blind. They operate off of sound. And it's like, okay. And so when you're with Grace, like, not only is there so you can sneak up behind them with her limited stealth weapon and kill them that way. It also introduces a new type of throwable that's an acid that's particularly effective on them.
Okay.
So you can throw that, and that's kind of the way to go, because that way, like if you use her limited use stealth weapon, it blows the enemies up and you can't harvest their blood, which is a big mechanic for her. She uses harvested blood, infected blood, as a crafting material.
Right.
But if you can kill the liquors with the acid, the body is left behind. You can harvest the blood, which allows you to then craft more of either the limited use one, or if you have empty bottles, you can craft more of the acid.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes this really cool thing of like, okay, how am I going to take out this room? I can't shoot that zombie there because of these liquors. So let me try to get these liquors around, and then let me see if I can kite this zombie and get behind him and stealth kill him, so I can move on. That's all well and good. Same thing with Leon, right? Like if you're sneaking around, they're not going to hear you. That's fine. There's a part where you're in a room with a ton of liquors and you're sneaking around, and one of them just like, I guess it was in like the ducts above you, and it falls from the ceiling and immediately makes a beeline for you. And it knows where you are, even though you're nowhere close to where it fell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole room is on you. And the liquors also just take an obnoxious amount of damage. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to go through this game on the hardest difficulty level. Because everything is just so overtly spongy in a way that, again, not fun. Not fun. And this makes me wonder if I would have different thoughts on Village if I play it again on normal. Because maybe...
It's possible, yeah.
Because the enemies felt, they actually felt a little too easy to put down. There has to be a sweet spot. And this is one of those things where I wish more games had the ability to just dial in certain aspects. Because I just want to take the durability of the enemies down by about 25%. And that's probably perfect.
Right.
And that's the other problem with the liquors on either Grace or Leon, is that if you do make a noise, it's the type of just an on or off button. It's not location based. It is, they heard you make a noise and now they are aware of you, and they will just all like jump you and kill you immediately.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting away from them at that point.
Yeah.
Which makes it feel like Metal Gear Solid 1 levels of stealth, where it's like, you got spotted, reload, because you're probably not getting out of this.
Yeah.
So that's very frustrating. There's a segment, I won't spoil this, but there is a segment that's like a cool set piece with Leon that goes into like Devil May Cry levels of dumb that I was like, again, the game's taking itself so seriously, this feels like completely out of place.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are really into it, but I was like,
yeah.
And I was into it for the beginning, but there's a part towards the end where it's like, okay, that is actually stupid, and he should be dead now, but he's not.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and then you get to Raccoon City with Leon, and this I think is my biggest thematical and mechanical complaint about the game, because it's like, oh shit, this place got nuked almost 30 years ago, and no one's been back. What are the zombies like? Because to my mind, they should be pretty well desiccated. Maybe you can explain that like the virus kept the bodies from completely rotting away, so they still they're not just walking skeletons.
Yeah.
But to me, the danger, because to me, like the thing that makes zombies scary just in fiction, and things have changed since 28 Days Later, where you introduced the concept of the fast zombie.
Right.
The thing with zombies initially was there's way more of them than you.
Yeah.
And they're slow, and they're easy to kill, but there's way more of them than you. But with these RE engine Resident Evil games, it's that, oh, they also can take way more damage than you. And that's the thing that annoys me. But I was like, okay, here, the way that I think it should work is that it's the most zombies you've ever seen in a Resident Evil game. You can mow through them like tissue paper.
Right.
But there's not enough ammo in the world to deal with them. And a lot of it is having to circumvent them or whatnot.
Almost like, what was that PlayStation game? I've already forgotten about it. The one that had like the giant hordes of
Days
zombies.
Gone.
Days Gone, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought this should be.
Yeah.
But it's not. They're just as hardy as any of the modern zombies that you find.
Okay.
And then they also introduce, because like the BSAA has been in like in the area, and a bunch of them got killed, so they got turned.
Sure.
And so now you have like zombies that are wearing like full on body armor, so they're taking way more shots.
Yeah.
And also some of them remember how to use machine guns or mortar launchers.
Yeah.
And a lot of that part is just uneven as far as the encounter rate goes. I would like to talk to the person that designed the encounters and lovingly slap them in the face.
Gotcha.
Because it'll be a thing where it's like here's a perfect example. You gain access to this building, and it's like this abandoned like apartment or whatever. And you're going through, you fight a couple zombies, and then you drop down into like a lower level of it. It's one of those apartment buildings where it's got like the courtyard in the middle, and it's just like this. The way it's set up is just like square floors of rooms off of the square halls.
Yeah.
And so you drop down to the first floor of that like square courtyard, and that immediately triggers like a bunch of zombies dropping down, and they're the ones that have the body armor and the machine gun. So it's like a pretty pitched battle, and it's like, okay, made it through there. That was rough. And then you go up, you go back up a different way and go outside, and there's another encounter. It's like, fuck, man. And then you get up to the top of the building, and then it's like these zombies with these mortars that are like just like crack shots, even though they're zombies. Like, they always know where you are, Justin. The aim is impeccable. And so you've got to like get through there while like hopefully like headshotting them with your rifle to stop them from raining missiles down on you. And you do that, you get the item that you need, and then a whole horde of zombies shows up. And thankfully, I had noticed that you can commandeer the mortar, which I think is the point there.
Yeah,
but
probably.
If I had not gone up there to look for ammo or whatever, I don't think that I would have noticed that I could do that. And so then it would have just been another like pitched battle with like your normal means.
Right, yeah.
Because that happens to me a lot in video games. It happens to me all the time in the modern Tomb Raider games, where I will miss the cool set piece thing where it's like, hey, if you shoot right here, it's going to topple this entire tower and take out like 5 of these guys. I don't notice that until after the firefight has concluded. I'm like, aw.
yeah.
So that stuff is just like really uneven and kind of bullshit in some parts.
Gotcha.
But again, I really like that kind of explore as you will type of element to it. I like the stealth aspect that they added to it. I think a lot of the weapons that you get this time around are very fun to use. But again, like part of it pacing wise is just like, I could have done with 50% fewer triggered encounters, right? I would have traded fewer of those for just more zombies around the area to have to figure out how to deal with.
Right.
And then I'm not going to go into the like why I hate the ending, but I hate the ending.
Okay.
There's 2 endings actually. There is a clearly bad ending that actually does like you miss out on not only a lot of like the ending itself, but you miss out on like some gameplay stuff as well.
Sure, yeah.
That I think is actually a much better ending.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I was like, oh shit, yeah, let's go with that. That's great. That leads into like the next game, like in a way that I can really get behind. And then it's like, no, actually it's this ending. And I'm like, oh, that's way less cool.
Got you.
Actually really, really disappointed in that, honestly.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But that's kind of where I'm at with Resident Evil. Oh, and so then after I beat the game, like I had said last time, I was like, okay, I beat the game. I unlocked Insanity mode. Let me go play it on Insanity because I said I was going to play this play it through a few ways, a few different times. Because I also wanted to see, like, okay, what does a New Game Plus in these games look like, right? Like, because I was expecting, okay, it's going to be insanity, but if I have like Grace's upgrades already and like I have the weapons that I unlocked already, that shouldn't be as terrible. And then I couldn't get past Leon's intro section.
Oh god.
Like I died like 5 times because in insanity mode, the zombies are like, they start at the bullet sponginess that the latter half of the zombies in the regular game are. So it's like you're already having to pump like 7 or 8 rounds into their legs just to stagger them. And it's like there's not enough ammo in the world to deal with these guys. And then when you try to run by, because Leon also, I also forgot to mention, I could also outrun Leon in a race, which he's older than me in this game. And he also has like health problems.
Sure,
but
yeah.
he's still a very fit, like, agent man. I shouldn't be able to outrun him, and I could easily outrun him in a foot race.
It's his ego that's weighing him down, Julian. You can't, take that out of him. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. And apparently, like, the way to actually do insanity is you want to do a speed run on the easiest difficulty where you don't use healing items, you beat it in under 4 hours, and you don't use the blood crafting mechanic.
Okay.
And then you unlock enough points to get unlimited ammo, and then you just like Requiem everybody to death in insanity mode, which I might try because that does sound like a lot of fun.
It does kind of sound like fun, yeah.
Yeah. But no, it is a good game. I did enjoy it. I am enjoying the second playthrough. I was proud of myself. I only missed 2 files on my first playthrough.
Not bad.
I only missed 5 of the because every one of these recent games has like a bobblehead to find and shoot. I only missed 5 of those, so that was pretty cool. I do like the fact that it's like a count wide unlock. Okay. So when I started New Game Plus, because I had missed the very first file, and when I found out what it was, I called bullshit because it's like there was somebody standing in front of that when I walked up to it, so I didn't see the prompt.
Oh, got ya.
But I got that, and then I was like, oh, I'm only missing 1 file now. So then I just went ahead and found out where the last file was.
Sure,
I reloaded that save, and I went ahead and got that, and I popped the trophy, which was nice.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
But yeah, I am enjoying it the second time through, noticing like, even more little details, which is really neat. Oh yeah, one of the things that I, just again, attention to detail, like I was just so shocked graphically, because this is something that I've never seen done before. But there's a part very early on in the story where Grace is captured and she's strapped to a gurney upside down for whatever reason.
Why not?
And she figures out how to try to like, get herself free. But there's a part where her hand goes by her waistband, and her t-shirt is like lifted up a little bit, and you can see like her stomach underneath, and it like moves realistically. And I was like, that's crazy. You don't see that in video games. You don't see cloth moving like that in video games. And then, like on my second playthrough, I was using Leon with his a version of his jacket from Resident Evil 4 with like the kind of the collar that's all felt or whatever. Not felt, but like,
the fur
kind of poofy
collar. Yeah.
And there's a part where he gets captured and the villain has him tied to a chair, and he pulls down Leon's collar to look at something on his neck, and also the collar of the coat deformed, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
and I know that sounds dumb, but it's like those attentions to detail is like that all adds up to just making like just an incredible looking and feeling game.
We're getting there with the graphics these days. We are getting there.
Yeah, people, will make a lot of. They're like, oh, games have like stagnated. It's like, no, they haven't. You're just not paying attention. And the devil is in the details. But like, once you have them, and you go back, it's like, oh man, like.
I mean, I was gonna say. I mean, we're to the point where like you don't have that big leap like you used to have, but at the same time, like things look so good now that it is about those little details that really make a big difference. Yeah.
It's not a big leap from the PS4 to PS5 on paper,
what I mean?
When I went back to go play Resident Evil 7 recently, and I was playing the PS5 upgraded version of it, I was like, oh, this is looking kind of rough, actually.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I whenever I watch like a little bit older game, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I see it now.
Yeah.
That looks older now. Yeah, like even
Yeah.
like for as good as God of War looked in 2018, like I look at it now, I'm like, yeah, there's something you can tell
It's
this was
last
made
gen,
in 2018. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
but it got me thinking of what I want from Resident Evil 10, which honestly, if I had my druthers, because one thing I forgot to say is that this game story-wise does a really good job of tying up a lot of loose threads. And the stuff harkening back to older games is very effective.
Nice.
I kind of wish that the Ethan games had been addressed a little bit more. There is one plot point where I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense because of X and Y from Ethan's games, but then they don't tie those in, and I was a little disappointed in that. But that's neither here nor there. If I had my druthers, I think that for a 10th game, they should just completely reboot and start fresh. Maybe you even have it as a more of a supernatural thing than a bioterrorism type of origin for the zombies and stuff like that. But I know that's not going to happen, especially with the way the game ends. They're going to continue with like an overarching story, which is fine.
Right.
But what I would love to see, it's a kind of a combination of what I've been wanting from a Resident Evil game for a long time, but also with something new, because I don't think we had the technology to do it before. So the idea that I've always had kind of is like what I was saying with how I wanted the Raccoon City part to be, which is there's more zombies than you'll ever be able to contend with in this game. And a big part of it is about figuring out how to use the environment to your advantage to get around the zombies or corral the zombies or trap them or take out a whole big swath of them with like an explosion or dropping something on them or things like that. But then I was thinking, oh, but you know what would be really rad? And I've never thought of this before. And it's actually the intro to the game that made me think of it. I want to see a zombie ecosystem, because I do think that like they should go to a more open area. I'm not saying a fully open world game. I'm just saying open area where you can tackle things in different ways. And like you still get a lot of the cool interior stuff when you go into buildings and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you take that away. But what if the area that you're in is populated with regular humans that slowly get infected as the game goes on, because as they get bitten, they turn and then go infect other people who then turn, and you can see it happening in real time.
Very opening of like Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't think that's something that they could have done before, but I think that
You could
they can
probably
do
do
it
that
now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, the only I'm trying to think of like, the only game that's really ever gone into like beginning of zombie apocalypse was The Last of Us, and it kind of like did it in, a weird cinematic way. Like it didn't really do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, doing the opening of Dawn of the Dead would like that would be good. I mean, there's tons of zombie fiction you could draw from, really.
There is, absolutely. One last big complaint that I have about Requiem. I forgot.
You're good.
They introduce human enemies into the game at a certain point with guns and the whole shebang.
That's
that
kind of
game's
weird.
mechanics are super not built around, let's turn this into a third-person shooter now, guys.
Right, yeah.
It's super not.
Yeah.
Leon is way too slow and sluggish. Like, the controls are way too slow and sluggish.
Yeah, unless you're taking cover or some shit. Yeah, that would be...
Even with cover, because, like, it's not snappy, it's not responsive enough, especially when the enemies can take you out in a couple shots. And there was, like, this one part where it's like, okay, they're waiting for you, and you try to sneak up on them, but like the Lickers, they just knew where I was no matter what I did.
Yeah.
And then I watched somebody else do the same sequence, and I was like, that's what I did. Why don't they know that you're there? That's like, I don't understand. It's like sometimes the game felt like it was out to get Julian Titus.
Yeah.
Like singularly. But
you tend to have that kind of luck with video games. Yeah. I know. I'll watch somebody play like some sequences in other games and stuff that you described, and I'm like, wow, they made that look really easy. I'm like, poor guy.
like I felt a little bit for Darkside Phil because I know that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like he plays games a lot the way that I play games. That's why I would never stream, because I act like Darkside Phil when I'm playing video games. But there was a part, it was like a compilation of him being really bad at the game. And I was like, okay, let me compare how bad he is to how bad I am. It's like, okay, no, I'm better at the game than he is. But there was a legit part where he did the thing that he was supposed to do and it just didn't register. And I was like, okay, that's not his fault. And you put it in here like it was, but it's like he literally shot at that zombie and there was no reaction. And it's one of those things where it's like you have to kill this zombie fast enough to where it doesn't result in you dying.
Sure, yeah.
And it's like he shot it, like I saw it. He shot it twice, which is more than you need to shoot that zombie.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And I was like, yeah, that's sucks.
Just bad luck.
That's not,
yeah.
that's not his
luck.
fault.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Let's be done.
Yeah.
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
But that is Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah.
I think before we hop over to you, Justin, let's go ahead and thank our lovely patrons while I am thinking about it, because this is probably going to be a shorter episode.
More than likely will be, because I don't have a whole lot. But
yeah.
So yeah.
I just doomed us. Every time that I say it's a shorter episode, then it balloons into like 3.5 hours.
Then it's like 4 hours, yeah.
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 We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but every week we like to thank the executive producer tier. And this week we have Philip P.K. Becker.
We have Casey Curran.
We have Exrian.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have David Portnov.
We have friend of the show, John Gholson.
We have Bookie.
We have Andrew Wilson.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Raymond Crum.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker podcast.
We have Big Baker.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have 60X Self.
We have Addy XD.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
We have Blaine Faya.
And last but certainly not least, we have the Let's Play Princess of Nerds of Broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show at the executive producer tier.
Thank you, everybody.
Justin, you have now had your first full week with WWE 2K26.
Yeah.
And as I had predicted, that's what you did.
That's pretty much what I did. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be doing for a little while.
Yeah.
It's just that time of the year, Julian, and nothing else out there really that I'm dying and itching to play. So here we are.
That Crimson Desert game is looking like it might be legit.
That might
the
be
more
cool.
that I see about it.
Yeah. When does that come out?
The 19th.
Okay. All right.
And
well, maybe then.
I'm kind of surprised. Like Digital Foundry was like, "Hey, this game is kind of amazing." And I'm like, "Oh, word."
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, maybe that'll be good then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing the stupid ass WWE game. Why not? I've had a week with it. Now, the things that I complained about last time got patched, like, I think either the next day after I talked about them or the day after that. It was pretty quick. I was like, okay, they're on this. Works. Yeah. That's good that they did that. So stuff works now. I can actually, so I basically stopped playing the game again.
To create.
Yeah. I'm doing all that stuff. It's pretty much the same as it always has been. There are some little things here and there, like they have like you can do two colors on the hair now. I know that sounds stupid, but like you can kind of like fade it and make it like kind of cool looking. It's a neat little tool that that
just seems like something that would have been there.
You would think,
years
but
ago.
Yeah, but it's now it's here now. So yeah, yeah, and you can. It's funny, they brought back a thing that was in, I want to say 2K19, which was like you could select your body type, and then you could select individual little bits for your body. So like if you wanted really big arms, you could do that from like the list of arms that they had. You can't do anything like crazy body morphing or anything like that, but it made it a little like you could add more detail based, I guess. You could be like, okay, I want them to have these arms and this stuff, and kind of fashion together the body type you think they should have. And then they took it out randomly, just like after the debacle that was 2K20. I think they just took it out, and it never seen the light of day until now. And then everybody's like, oh, it's brand new. I'm like, no, motherfuckers, they just brought that back. Like, what? It's not that fucking new.
That does lead me to a question that I have, because as I was watching the IGN video review of it, and I don't know, this is the question I have for you, because I don't know if this would have moved the needle or not, but do you think there would have been any benefit to them completely rebranding that game series after they took that hiatus and Ukes was no longer involved, and like giving it like a brand new name, maybe a brand new like focus on it, instead of like, well, here's the new year, and
possibly
we're still doing the showcase thing. We're trying to make that not suck this year, but it probably will.
It's possible, but at the same time, man, the 2K name is like so established that they can, like 2K20 was a disaster, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever. Like people still bought that fucking thing, and people still bought all the other ones after that too. And they still buy this one. I like this one, honestly. I've seen so many fucking people bitch about this one. And they bitch about I feel like you, Julian, where they complain about all the things that I'm like, no, but that's actually kind of cool. Fucking shut up. Like,
right.
That's actually great.
Well, I think most of the negativity that I've seen is built around the monetization, and I didn't realize, as you were describing it last week, that it's like, oh, they took away the ability to just buy like the DLC packs of wrestlers.
Yeah, no, you have to earn that stuff. Yeah, you have to, and
that does suck. Like, I think that's pretty shitty.
And that's why people were pissed. And I totally get that. Like, I don't have as big of a problem with it as other people do. I'm not as big a fan of it, obviously, but it's not the worst thing ever. People found a way to, and this is what, and then they wonder why people hate them and think they're the bad guys, but people found a way to cheese it. They were taking Roman Reigns and making him go up against Eric Bischoff, turning the mini game slider for the submission thing to where it was like basically just like you click it really like not even very fast and you win basically. And because he had no submission defense, as soon as you put him in a submission, he would basically tap out.
Right.
And they would do that over and over and over and over again until they got the whole battle pass unlocked. They figured that out, and they added like a time limit to the matches for you to get the RXP to unlock things in the battle pass. And I'm like, okay, just okay.
Like, you have to be in the match a certain amount of time.
You have to be in it at least a minute for it to count now.
Right.
So and it
sounds like the IGN reviewer was saying that he had put like 25 hours into the battle pass part of it, and he was only at like level, I don't know, 18 out of 40, and I'm like, that's fucked up.
It's a lot,
because there's going to be another battle pass later on. It's like, it should be a thing that is relatively obtainable if you're playing the game at a, if you're playing the game, right?
Yeah,
like,
basically, I personally think it should be like, hey, there's a battle pass. It has this cool stuff in it, but that's not the wrestler pack that you want. That's over here. That's a different thing or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way to do it, but here we are. I don't really particularly care about all that stuff a lot of the time, but like I will say this, like the battle pass thing has been okay-ish. Like when they did nerf that, they did up the amount that you get per match or whatever. So I was like, okay, like, at least that's something. And I don't play as many matches. Like, I'm not trying to like grind that thing out or anything. I'm just like, if I unlock them all, that's cool. We'll see what happens. And for the most part, I'm like, I feel like I unlock like one tier a day, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm cool with that.
And especially for you, where you're not necessarily looking for those extra wrestlers, you're like, I'm gonna make my own people. So.
Yeah, and I can't, and the people that, and I have very strict like guidelines on it, where I will not use things from DLC, because I've done that in the past, and people will message me on Xbox like, can you please make this without this? I can't download it. I don't have this particular thing. So I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna stop doing that. Even if it has an unlockable in it, people will be like, I'm just gonna stay away from it because I don't have that unlocked, and I don't know when I'm gonna unlock it or whatever. So I just stopped doing that. So whatever's base game, that's what I use. So yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like, I test people that I make in matches, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they look good. Everything looks not broken. That's great. And that's how I'm getting the RXP or whatever. At some point I'll do the My Rise. I went back to the fucking island one more time because they put out a locker code that was like, here's some free money for it. And I was like, I'll take it. And I went and unlocked like 3 more hairstyles, and I got the fuck out of the island forever again. Because that's all I want out of that place. But
it feels like if you have the time, you could actually throw up a Patreon for your created wrestlers. And
I probably could.
I've been pretty good.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been offered to be paid a few times, and I'm like, I feel icky about that. I don't know what it is. Mostly because people want you to do very specific things, like that. Like, please, okay, I got an offer one time, and I'm not trying to call this person out because people, it was a totally legit offer. I totally understood what he wanted, but at the same time, there was now there's a pressure to me making it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, because they wanted me to like do whatever it is that I wanted to do, but put their girlfriend in the game. And I was like, okay, I could do it, but I'm bad at the thing you just suggested, which is face scans. I'm terrible at them. But I make do. And also if it turns out bad, I'm going to feel bad, and I don't like this pressure. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff you get for that sort of thing.
There's also an element of like, I really want to beat up my girlfriend in WWE over and over and over. I think this was before you could, do that. Like they had intergender matches. So like I think they wanted to like, I think their girlfriend also played the game or something from what I was understanding. And he wanted to like surprise her with it. And I was like, that's really cool of you, man. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to not lie to you. So yeah, I've never actually taken a commission for anything like that, because like I said, I just kind of feel weird. I just like doing stuff for me, and if other people like it, that's fine. Anyway, playing the game is still pretty fun. I like the way that game plays. It's the AI is pretty entertaining for the most part. I've seen so many hilarious fucking clips of they put like some newer like ragdoll physics and shit. And sometimes that shit is hilarious because like people just go fucking flying. And then they'll land on, with ragdoll physics, and it's just like, that guy is dead. That's fucking awesome. I enjoy that stupid shit. I'm trying to think of what else I did. I played a little bit of universe mode, which seems like not a broken piece of shit this year, at least from what I played. I couldn't get one thing to work, which I don't really, because apparently now you can have like a separate attire for like if your character comes out and does promos and shit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna lean into that. That sounds really cool. And then I couldn't get it to work, and I was like, I assume it'll work eventually. So I'll just keep this on. But when I was doing it, I thought it was really cool. Like, I got in a feud with Rhea Ripley, and I interrupted her promo, and then the promos are just like really, really short clips of like your character mouthing words that you don't get to see.
but at the end of that little cutscene, like you'll have a choice as to what they say, and they'll have a choice of what to say, and like you don't have control if you're not in control of that wrestler, which I thought was pretty neat. Like because all of a sudden they were just like, I'm not here to talk, I'm here to fight, and then I got in a fight with them. And that was that. But I was like, okay, there's some neat shit going on here. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's decent so far. I'm enjoying it. And like I said, the creation stuff works now. I can actually do my dumb little things that I can do. And that's good. That makes me feel good. And that's what I've been doing. I've just been zoning out on that. I got off of work early today, and from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m, I just sat here and fucking made this lady. And
there's a bit of that old Justin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, when I had the time, Julian, Kim was in a napping mood, and she was napping, and I was like, well, I'm gonna sit here and play this game. Fuck it. That's what I'm doing today. And I had a good time. But yeah, it's still pretty good. It's definitely, it could always be better for sure. Also one other thing I forgot to talk about. Now when you make move sets, it's one of those things where I was like, they'll never do that. Fire Pro used to do this where they'd have like AI, like you could program the AI to do certain things. Like, so the like, and set it for like where in the match they'll do this certain thing. Like, they'll chain moves together and shit like that, the way they would in an actual match, or that wrestler would,
right.
Instead of
you can set up a character with a 5 moves of doom type of thing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll do this, and then they'll do this, and then they'll do this, and then they'll do this. Like John Cena hits the 5-knuckle shuffle, he is probably going to lift you up and try to fucking give you the attitude adjustment or whatever. Right. That sort of thing. And that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty dope. Like I was setting some of that stuff up a little bit, and I was like, this is pretty cool. There's something to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got some potential. Like I said, 25 ended up in a real good spot. The battle pass thing, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. We'll see how it all shakes out in the end. I know people are up in arms about it. God, they fucking hate that shit. I'm like, yeah, I know, I hate it, but I'm not that bad. The other thing people complain about that I love, I think it's great, is there's like a different way that stamina works now. Like, so if you use up all your stamina, there's a little circle above your head that will tell you when you're starting to get low on it, and it'll turn purple. And that means you can't run now, and you can't counter moves. And like, people fucking hate that shit. They're like, no,
really?
That's bullshit. And I'm like,
I saw that in the review, and I was like, okay, that's cool, because it reminds me of Fire Pro, where you would have to manage your breathing.
Yeah, I thought it was every time it happens, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, because I've seen the computer, it happened to them too, and I'm like, oh, good, I can land some shit now. This is great, and they can't do anything. Because
very important question, and maybe you haven't played enough to know yet.
Sure.
Does the stamina deplete at different rates depending on the wrestler? Because you know how there are those wrestlers who are like really big and impressive, but they don't have cardio, so they'll just get gassed like right away.
I think it depends on the stats, because there is a stamina stat, and I'm pretty sure it's linked to that. So, I'm gonna guess it depends on that. Maybe I'll try that out and like make somebody that doesn't have any fucking stamina, and we'll see how often it happens to their poor asses. But yeah. I know when I was playing, like when I'm playing with my creative people, I usually tend to give them a lot of stamina. So, because I'm trying to have fucking 5-star classics, Julian. That's all I'm trying to do. But like when I played with CM Punk in the showcase thing, which that is right. I did play some of the actual showcase. Which is weird.
Yeah, I saw there's like a part where he embodies like the body of Bret Hart to stop the Montreal screw job from happening. You're playing as CM Punk.
I didn't even get that far. Oh my god. Okay, that's insane. Now I kind of want to see that. That sounds completely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
No, I mean the way it's set up, I think is so weird because like, okay, it'll be all right. The CM Punk Undertaker match at WrestleMania, right? It'll be that match, and he'll be like, "I wish I would have won that match, but I didn't." But now that it's in a video game, maybe I can win it. So it'll get to the part where it ends exactly like it did in the WrestleMania, and then you just like now it's like now just kick out of this. It's like all right, that's it, and then like there's no, and it's like oh you won, good.
So you don't actually win the match yourself. You just have to kick out of the.
Kick out. You do have to win the match after it. You kick out of it's a cutscene finisher, and it actually does damage to you. And if you don't kick out, then you lose the match. But you're supposed to kick out and actually win the match. That's basic. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? I forgot now. The stamina bar,
but the showcase mode in general.
But the stamina bar, people hate it. I love. I think it's cool. I think that's a great idea because it makes it more sim like. Again, if I've always been about like, listen, if you're gonna fucking lean into the sim wrestling thing, go all the way in. I'm waiting for them to just be like, no, listen, wrestling's not real. It's fine. We all know that. It's okay. And this is let's really lean into that shit. But yeah. So far,
I want to have a story mode where I'm told to make Roman Reigns look really strong.
Right? That's what I mean. Apparently, somebody's making some wrestling game that's supposed to have like a career mode like that.
There's so many in development right now, and I don't have faith in any of them.
Every time somebody sent, because I am friends on Xbox with a lot of wrestling game fans, and they will send me those games, and I will kindly tell them that game is never coming out. Like I'm just like, look at how cool it is, and I'm like, dude, that thing is never coming out. If it does, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it sounds like a cool game. As never coming out.
There was one that I actually backed on.
Yeah,
I forget what it wasn't. Kickstarter, it was some other thing, and I just realized like, oh, that never came out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, and probably never will.
And they had like the Chikara. They had Chikara attached to it.
What? There was a Chikara game that came out.
Maybe it did come out and I just completely forgot about it. I never like downloaded my copy.
Let me see. Now I gotta remember. Turn on lights. Share. No, you gotta actually keep going. Okay. I swear there was. Maybe not. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm spelling the word Chikara wrong. How do you spell that again?
It's like Chi and then Kara. Like our AI assistant.
K-A-I-A-R?
K-A-R-I. Or K-A-R-A.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, I was spelling it right then. Okay, no. I swear to God, that fucking... it's not on Steam anymore. Maybe it was a demo.
I played a demo of it.
Okay, maybe
but
that's what came out.
I don't think it
I
ever
remember
actually came
seeing
out.
it forever. Shikara Action Arcade Wrestling Review. Action. Oh, it turned into Action Arcade Wrestling? Is that what it's called? Action Arcade Wrestling. I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know.
Let me see.
Arcade.
Oh,
action.
that does look like it.
Is it
Yeah,
kind of like
that's
cell
it.
shaded? Yeah.
Yeah. So did it come out?
Action Arcade Wrestling. Okay, well, I'm curious. I'll type that in.
It's available. Yeah, it's available. It's $14.99 on Steam. 2019, it says. Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say, I swear I seen. I guess it came out and didn't really light the world on fire, but here we are. That's kind of the other thing with wrestling games is like the audience for wrestling games is not me. And they want to make, and I want to sit here and make weird dudes, but most people want to like, you know, have their dream roster and download every actual wrestler and fantasy book, and I'm like,
and they wanted to play like No Mercy,
right? Yeah,
only No Mercy,
or no, yeah, that. Well, there, I mean, the 2K or 2K, like the 2K people are just like, I am going to make my universe mode all Attitude Era guys, and that's what I'm going to do, and then you know, they fantasy book their own Attitude Era, or I'm gonna get all the ECW guys. I'm gonna have
Val Venus should have really had a championship push.
He,
God damn it.
you know, I don't know why he didn't. I don't know, man. It's there. That's not me. I'm like, I don't care about any of the real wrestlers, but most people do, and that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't have people that they want in there, or there's no way buddy going to. That's a big thing about Fire Pro, is like, yeah, like there's just enough in there to where you can create like most of the actual wrestlers you want, and there you can have, it has so many created slots that you can use, that you can
Yeah.
Back
in the Game Fellas days, one of the guys imported, I think, the Dreamcast Fire Pro and did a bunch of like crazy shit, and he brought in his VMU, and we were like, wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah. I hear.
He actually made John Gholson as a guest referee. That was fun.
Yeah. You can do stuff like that. That shit's cool.
Yeah.
That's why I like Fire Pro. That's always, it's a weird game. It's one of those things where, and that's another thing, that it has the 2D graphics, so people don't really want that. They want this guy to look fancy and real. They gotta see Triple H, how good Triple H's hair is this year. But
I'm sure Triple H would love to see his hair this
year,
right? But it's not going to happen.
I know. Well, they have the old. If you buy the fancy edition, Julian, you can get the old. Oh
no, I know. I just mean on a daily basis, like in reality.
I feel sorry for him. But then again, he has
Stephanie
more hair.
would probably like to see his hair too.
He's got more hair than I got, so I'll give him that. Then again, I don't know.
I think you've got more hair than Triple H does.
Yeah, because he shaves his though.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows what's left, right? Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll never know. But anyway, 2K20, WWE 2K26, it's fine. It's pretty good. I'm having a good time with it. It's you know, maybe this year I'll actually follow through on making my weird fucking plans of. Every year I start this shit where I'm just like, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year where I make like, okay, I'm going to make my Japanese promotion, and I'm going to make my American promotion. And it's going to be all my own shit that I sit down and make. And I'm going to make jobbers, and I'm going to have all this stuff. And then I like get like not even a fucking eighth of the way there. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
It's just wild to me that you can't just import some of those previously created wrestlers in.
Oh, I know.
So that you could make incremental progress every year.
And so the only good thing I've started to do since 24 is I've actually found a way to making things a lot faster and easier now, as long as I use like the shit that's been in the game already.
Right.
I can speed, like I made one of the characters that got downloaded like a bunch last year. I was like, oh shit, that was actually a lot of downloads for them. I didn't even know they had that many. I made them in like an afternoon because I was like, oh, I have all this stuff. I'll just put it on here. It all works. It all fits. We're good. Second, no problem. Upload them. Done. And like I said, it wasn't hard at all. I do have a system now, but yeah, I really wish you could fucking just import them every year.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't the looks, Julian, even if it was just like, hey, do you want to import this moveset? I'd be like, fuck yes, I do. Because that is the most time consuming shit. You can do like I've started doing with that. where you screenshot every fucking little list of moves, so that way you can just go, okay, yeah, just blaze through it real quick.
Yeah, but it's even then, man. That's just so.
It still takes for fucking ever, man. It still takes forever, and then you'll get to a point where you're looking for a move, and you go, I don't think this move's here anymore. Or it's under a different name now, and now you have to figure out what fucking name they renamed it as, because some dude quit the company and it had his name in there, so we have to rename that. Right. What a nightmare. Fucking movesets are or the taunts are all fucking different, because we just put, guy's name 1, guy's name 2. That guy's not with the company anymore, so it's now Booty Shaker 1. And it's like, okay, fuck me, I don't have the time for this. It's insane. Oh man, yeah, I really wish you could, and that's probably why you can't fucking import it. But like, I don't know, pain in the ass, man, every fucking year. But here we are. I'm still playing the things. So I'm part of the problem. I know. Yeah.
Well, I did check out one other game this week. Cool. It was mostly Resident Evil all the time. But I checked out finally, because it came out a while ago, but I checked out the demo for Darwin's Paradox, which is that little side scroller puzzle platformer with the squid.
Okay.
That is not being developed by Konami, but it is being published by Konami.
Right.
And at that last it was that last state of play where they had the big focus on Konami. They had here's like this special Darwin's Paradox demo that's kind of a spoof of Metal Gear Solid.
Sure, yeah.
And now that I play, I didn't play the whole thing, but I played a good chunk of it, and it makes me wonder, is this what the developer put together as the pitch deck to Konami? Because I can't imagine this being in the final game, because it's so Metal Gear Solid coded. Like, you literally see a Metal Gear Rex being lowered into a hangar at one point, and there's a codec call. Yeah. And you hide under a cardboard box, and when you come out of it, you're wearing a sneaking suit with a bandana.
Okay.
It just, from what I've seen of that game in previous trailers, it doesn't seem like it fits with the rest of the game.
Right.
And so I am wondering if this is just a little vertical slice demo that they put together to appeal to Konami, because that's who they were really wanting to publish with.
Yeah.
But it reminds me a lot of the Oddworld games, except not shitty to play.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
It controls really well. It's interesting having a character that can climb on any surface.
Oh, good.
So you can get on the ceiling, you can get on the walls and stuff like that.
Right.
It is extremely stealth based. You press the circle button to camouflage, and that's kind of how you elude the guards. I will say that it's pretty punishing with the stealth, as far as if you're just a second too late on the camouflage when they turn around, it's an instant kill.
Oh,
but it reloads pretty quickly.
Oh, well, that's not bad then.
It's got a really fun sense of humor to it. It looks really nice. And I think it's going to be a fun little game when it comes out. Not really a lot to say about it. I in the time that I played it, I was like, okay, that's a pretty clever way to get past this scenario or that scenario. And I know that there's an ink shooting mechanic to it that I didn't get to in my time with the demo, but I saw it on the control layout. So I guess there is either some sort of it's probably not combat as much as it is squirt someone to distract them while you get by them.
Right. Yeah.
But no, it's a very charming little game.
That's good.
I think I will probably end up picking up. I think it's only $15, or it might be 24.
Oh, there you go.
It's 14 or 24, one of the two. But it's nice to see a game of that scope being made, and B, being put out by Konami. Like I said previously, it's Konami's back.
Yeah, they're trying. They're doing some shit.
It's pretty amazing. But I think it's worth checking out. I believe the demo is still available. Unless it's just that. Oh no, that's right. It was the Mina the Hololive demo that was a limited one, and I didn't get around to download that one. That's the game from the Shovel Knight people. It's where Shovel Knight is their homage to DuckTales and Mega Man.
Okay.
Mina the Hollower is their homage to Zelda.
Okay.
and I'll probably check it out. I think I've made my case about, oh, this looks just like an NES game, and I don't.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't do anything for me. It's like, oh, this even sounds like an NES game, and it's like there is a nostalgia. And to be fair, they get it right. Like their soundtrack actually does sound accurate, because one of my problems with like a lot of people doing retro style chiptune music is that they don't get the soundscape correct.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I wish that this was just like a more full bodied chiptune song instead of trying to emulate like the NES or Game Boy and not getting there.
Right.
But no, it's just cool to see games of that type of strata.
Yeah.
Getting kind of a pretty good push, right? Like when the demo came out, I definitely saw a lot of people checking it out. So that's nice to see as well.
That is good.
One thing that I forgot to mention last week from my vacation, and I'll just be very brief, is that I finally watched my Hololive Breaking Dimensions Blu-ray. I had waited to watch it with my friend Shanna.
Okay.
And I like to nickname that the Breaking Hololive concert, because that's like the last time that they were all on stage together, and then everybody started leaving.
There you go.
So it is pretty wild, much like going back to watch like an old WWE pay-per-view where it's like, oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. It's like, oh, she graduated, and it's like, oh man, like they're just not there anymore. And so it's nice to see like, oh, like all of the four that left, like they all had solos in that concert, which is nice, because it's like I'm like, at least a couple of them, they already knew that they were on the way out at this point, right? Like based on what has been said since, it's like, yeah, this was probably like everybody like having their last big hurrah like backstage and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if the company was like, okay, well, if you're on the way out, then this is like your last like big solo performance or whatever.
Right.
But no, it's really cool. Like the technology, I think, is very fascinating just watching it. Like I would say, like, even if you're not interested in Hololive, you should at least go check out one of the preview performances, because they had like some of the stuff for free on YouTube, just to see the technology, man. Because it's like,
yeah, I
think I mentioned this previously, but it's like, I just assumed it was going to be like the Gorillas, where it's like you're watching these girls on a big projector screen.
Oh yeah.
Like you would on a regular YouTube stream or something like that. It's like, oh no, they look like they're actually on the stage.
That's pretty cool.
Like in 3 dimensions. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like how effective it looks.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to mention it because like I find it interesting, because Hololive is like a big deal to me, and so I'll share like clips to friends and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
I know like you have expressed like, yeah, I just it's like cosplay to me. Like it makes me cringe.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Knowing that like this or that. Because like some of the music, it's like, okay, well, this isn't in English. Like I think you'd be into this, but
sure, it's
like that knowledge that it's a VTuber singing it somehow holds you back. And it's the same thing with my friend Shanna. So like she's a big like anime music fan, and it's like, so a lot of this music is like anime style music, right? It's in Japanese. It's poppy. It's light and playful.
Yeah.
But because it's a VTuber singing it, it's like she's just not into it. And I even told her, I was like, I think you're gonna get into this now, because you watched and really loved K-pop Demon Hunters, and this is like a step removed from K-pop Demon Hunters. And she was just like, and I'm like, okay, like this is literally exactly like music that you listen to on a regular basis. I don't know what the hang up is.
Yeah.
It's weird to me.
Something about it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was really cool. I wish that there had been like special features on the Blu-ray, like because I know that at that point the new team Justice had debuted, but they didn't have their 3D models, so they did like a watch along. I wish that you could do like the watch along version where they're reacting to the concert as you're watching, because that'd be a nice like reason to rewatch it. But yeah, that was kind of neat. I also watched a handful of movies.
I watched also a handful of movies. So yeah.
why don't you start with your handful of movies, and then I will talk about my handful of movies.
Okay, I'll start with my handful of movies. Hold on, I gotta remember what. Oh, I already remember one. I forgot to talk about one last week, and I remembered that I watched it. It was called Overlord. I watched.
Oh, I had wanted to
Overlord.
see that. I remember seeing the trailer, and I never got around to it.
Actually, pretty good. Actually, not a bad movie at all. It's
like Nazi zombies, right?
Yeah, Nazi zombies, kind of.
Yeah.
It more like Nazi super soldier zombies type thing. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty well done.
Did you hear that Machine Games is working on a third Wolfenstein?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that is good.
Really happy to hear that.
Yeah, me too. That I hope it does well for him. Really.
Me too.
That might be the last chance to get.
Indiana Jones did pretty well, so I think.
Oh, they made that. Okay, well they'll be all right then. Okay. Never mind. They're in. Overlord was pretty good. Like I said, that's really the setup. Is like it basically like the guy is going into World War II. They have to take down this tower, and like they get shot down, and so like they crash land essentially. The guy crawls himself onto the shore and all this stuff, and of this like they land in like a swamp or something, and kind of finds the rest of his team and stuff like that, and then it's pretty good. It doesn't turn into that until like the second half of the movie, but it's good. It's pretty effective. It's pretty cool. It's more than what I thought it would be too. Like it's not just like, oh, they're making zombies. They have like some like weird ass shit that they never really explain, which is kind of cool in a horror sense. Pretty neat movie. Cool. Let's see. Let's go with one that I didn't like. I watched a movie called Bird Eater. I don't know why we watched this movie, but we watched it. It's an Australian movie, and the entire time, whenever Kim would ask a question about why are they doing this, I'd be like, "Well, it's Australia, Kim. This is what they do there."
Everything they're upside down over there.
Yeah, basically.
So everything's a little off kilter.
It's supposedly a horror movie. It's not really scary at all. I guess maybe if you're a woman, it would be, but I don't know about that either. It's essentially the concept is, this this couple's getting married, and they're having their bachelor party at this, or the guy's having his bachelor thing at this like out in the outback camp thing. I don't really know. It like a little house. And all these a bunch of his friends show up, and one guy that isn't his friend shows up, and they talk a lot. Basically, it's a lot of talking, and that's fine. Like it's kind of like neat. The dialogue is good, and like the scenarios are good, but it's a little dry. Like you keep waiting for something to kind of happen, and it doesn't. There are some like neat reveals in it, but like ultimately, and then it gets weird in some spots. It's not bad. It was not bad. I remember like we got to the end, I was like, that wasn't bad. It just wasn't super great either.
Yeah, not to your taste.
Yeah, it was Australian, you know. There was like one, like the best character is like this like super like man's man Australian guy who's like, you know, just like really fucking.
That's all the men in Australia, from what I understand.
This guy especially, he just has like a mustache, and you just look at him, you're like, that guy is fucking intense. He was like a fascinating character, because of, you know, some of the stuff they kind of hint towards with him. It's got some shit going on, especially. There's like one couple that's there that's like they're a Christian couple, so they're both virgins, and then you find out some things about, you know, the one guy, and it goes some places. It's interesting. We watched a movie called Whistle, which is a newer movie, I guess. It's essentially like Final Destination, but the setup is, okay, there's this Mayan death whistle, and you know, if you blow into the whistle, anybody that hears it, like this specter of death will hunt you down, and the way it kills you is like the way you would have died, but like, it doesn't like actually. It's not like Final Destination where it's like, oh, you die in a plane crash or whatever. And like you die in a plane crash, but like you're just standing there having a plane crash happen to you.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I won't
like
lie
you just
to
see
you.
the physical like
Yes,
outcome of it, but you're not on the plane.
There's actually some really cool effects in it. Like I remember as we were watching, I was like, you know what? This isn't because I was like, oh my god, here we fucking go. This is gonna be terrible. And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, you know, these effects aren't actually half bad. This is actually kind of a cool idea. Like one girl's supposed to die of like old age or something, I think, and like so like her really old self starts like hunting her through this corn maze, and like as it's touching her, she's getting older and older and older until she, you know, dies from it. Mm-hmm. The most brutal one is a guy. There's this kid who's supposed to like he's you know, he's a party guy, so he constantly is drunk driving. His dad warns him against it, like that's gonna kill you someday, you shouldn't do that. So of course he's gonna die in a drunk driving accident, but it's basically him in his room hiding from this death specter that keeps showing up, that looks all fucked up and crazy, because it's basically him after being in a drunk driving accident. But then you watch it happen to him, and it's like shit's just like breaking, and it's like, yo, this pretty intense. It's kind of cool. It's not the greatest movie you'll ever watch, but it was cool for you know, kind of campy-ish horror movie. Not bad. Mm-hmm. Oh, what else did I watch? I watched a movie called The Night Eats the World.
Oh man, we're 3 for 3 at movies that I've never heard of.
Nice, perfect. I'm saving my favorite one for last, and you probably haven't heard of it either, I'm gonna guess. The Night Eats the World is a zombie movie. It's a French movie. It's, ooh la la. Yeah. There's not a lot of dialogue in it because it's basically about like, it's the zombie apocalypse like happens while this guy's like, he fell asleep in like some room in an apartment, and like he wakes up and like everybody's dead. The whole building's like cleared out, and like so slowly he just kind of like works his way through this building and like seals it all off and just starts doing like his own thing. Like he's like, oh no, the zombie apocalypse, I'm actually having a pretty good time. It's fine, but he's by himself, so it sucks. It's interesting. It's not like a brutal zombie movie or anything like that. It's kind of more lighthearted and funny in its own way.
Him waking up and kind of not knowing what's going on gives me Shaun of the Dead vibes, because like it takes Shaun a while to figure out what's going on. That is what it was compared to, and I was like, okay, yeah, I see it. I can definitely see it. It's not bad. It was not a bad movie. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but definitely wasn't bad. Definitely worth watching if you like zombie stuff. But the movie I am super high on, and I cannot stress enough that people should watch this fucking thing, it's awesome, is a movie called Sisu. I have been wanting to see Sisu.
Sisu.
Yeah.
Sisu's fucking dope, dude. That movie's awesome.
Sequel just came out too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that'll be, but the original is fucking awesome. That movie is great. It is essentially John Wick under like a Tarantino like lens. It's a Finnish movie, I think, or that section of the world. It's set in Finland. The guy is basically like, he finds some gold. It's World War II. He finds some gold in the middle of, you know, nowhere. He's you know, walking back, and then the Nazis pass him, and they're like, you know, whatever, fuck that guy. And then he gets to like a checkpoint, and they stop him, and they take out, you know, they steal his gold, and he's just sitting there, and he's getting pissed, not having a good time. And man, that dude fucks those dudes up, is fucking awesome. I don't know how to explain it. That movie is great. It had some like fucking action scenes that I was like, that is crazy as shit. It's or like really cool ideas. Like there's one scene where like he goes underwater to hide from like this tank that's shooting at him, and like they start.
I love that it escalates to where there's a tank going after him.
The tank is like the biggest thing in the whole thing. Like they have a tank. There's a ton of dudes, and it's just this one guy is taking them all on. So like they have a tank, and like they have this guy like dead to rights. He's in the water. He has to come up eventually for air. So they start sending dudes down after him, to try to get him to come up for some reason. And so he's like going and like sneaking up behind them in the water, slitting their throats, and then like sucking the air out of their lungs to stay down longer. And I was like, this is the fucking coolest shit. It was so great. Oh man. It's not always the most realistic movie, but it's so cool. Like you don't care.
Right.
Yeah. Sisu should be experienced by all. It's a great movie. Go out of your way. I swear you won't be disappointed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, John had also recommended it to me, and it was one that I saw like the trailer for, and I was interested in. It's one of those things where I didn't get around to the theater,
right.
And I'm real bad about that. Where if I don't catch it in the theater, I usually forget about it, and I just don't end up watching it at home.
It just randomly came up on Prime the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Let's watch it." And as I'm watching, I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome!" I'm so into this. This is great. Because like the preview that they showed, I was like, it was just like him talking to these Nazis, and they're harassing him over gold. And I was like, okay, I don't know what this is gonna. And then you watch it, and you're like it even does like the whole John Wick lore style like dump and everything like that. It's fucking awesome. Like that movie's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, friend of the show, John Gholson, and I went to the theater to watch The Bride.
Oh, okay.
Which is a very uneven movie that I love.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't think John was quite as high on it as I was, but like it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I am digging pretty much everything that this movie is putting down.
All the previews I've seen for it, it looked kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the real quick elevator pitch is it's Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, but Bonnie and Clyde in the 30s.
Okay.
That's like the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more going on than that.
Sure.
And it starts with like the very beginning of the movie, which I thought was a very interesting way of framing it. And John told me that this is also true in the original Bride of Frankenstein movie, which is that it starts with Mary Shelley talking to you.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And she's like, I told my story, but I didn't get to tell everything that I wanted to tell because I wasn't allowed to at the time. And then I died. But here is this vessel for me. And so she possesses the main character who becomes the bride and actually causes her to kind of get killed because of the possession.
Okay. Yeah.
And then so that's like kind of the setup for her, but then the setup for and they do call him Frankenstein, like because he takes his father's name basically, but he goes by Frank for short, and so basically what it is that it is like the Frankenstein's monster from the 1800s, that has just been living this whole time. And he finds this mad scientist who he's been following her work and everything. And he basically asks her to make him a companion because he's been so lonely. And because there's a part where she shakes his hand and he's like, that was my first physical contact.
Oh, wow.
Like, period. Like over this whole time, like that's the first time that somebody has touched me willingly. Right. And he just talks about how achingly lonely he is. Right. And he's like, it's not about sex. It's about companionship.
Sure.
He originally wants to like make her like him, where it's like a bunch of different people's body parts stitched together. But the doctor's like, no, we can do better than that. So they find the main character's corpse and reanimate her. But she's still possessed by Mary Shelley.
Okay.
And dude, so the actress's name is Jessie Buckley. I had never heard of her before.
Okay.
But she's on my radar now because she fucking rules.
Okay.
So there's this like, so the actual character and a big part of the movie is like, who am I, right? Like what is my name? Like so this is written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and you can definitely tell that it's a very strong feminist message,
Sure. Yeah.
like
Cool.
that's running throughout the whole thing. One of the big things is, you know, this was done to her against her will. She didn't have any agency in this happening to her, but she's still drawn to Frankenstein because he's like her, right? And she doesn't remember her past. She doesn't know where to go anyway.
Right.
And she doesn't have a name, right? Even the name that you were presented at the very beginning by Mary Shelley is a name that Mary Shelley invents. So you never really know who this girl is.
Mm-hmm.
But she is like in her living life, she was like a party girl that palled around with a bunch of mafia people.
Okay.
And she's got like a very like 30s Chicago era flapper type of personality.
What like time frame is this set in exactly?
1936.
Okay, 1936. Okay, got it. That makes sense. All right.
But then when Mary Shelley comes out, it's like now she's talking in this like very posh British accent.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Mary Shelley's vocabulary is like super like elevated beyond like what the original girl's is. And I love wordplay. And it's like there's times where she'll just like drop like a thesaurus level of verbosity for something. Like, you know, she'll it's hard to describe, but like when she does it, and it just flows so well, like switching back between these different personalities while also being this confused person that doesn't really know anything about herself. All of that stuff is fucking rad. Like she's great.
Yeah.
I think Christian Bale, not so much. Like his performance is very uneven. Into the fact that like I think his voice actually changes throughout the movie, like the voice that he's doing. But also makeup wise for both of them actually, but especially for Christian Bale, it's like, I mean, you kind of just like, you look like Christian Bale, except you've got like some weird scars. Okay. And like at the end of the day, you're still Christian Bale. Yeah. And I think they should have made him look more monstrous, because it's like you'll have people running in fear from them, and it's like, he's still Christian Bale. He just has some scars, and she's still fucking hot. She just has some weird makeup.
Yeah.
And her hair is a little crazy for the time.
Right.
But it's like, she's still fucking hot. Like, I don't know why people are running from her. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little kind of weird nitpick that I have with it. I think ultimately, like I said, it's uneven because it's got a lot of different plot threads that aren't very cohesive.
Okay.
I think I would have liked the movie better if the mob stuff was either removed completely, or if it was a much more important part of the movie where like Frankenstein is part of the mob, and so he's got like conflicts within the mob, and she's drawn into that world. Instead, it's like they kind of run afoul of them because she knows stuff from her previous life, and she says it out where people can hear, and so then the mob boss like sends a hitman after her, and it's this weird thing where like there's some detectives that are chasing them, and that stuff is great. It's some really good 30s noir style like gumshoe shit that's like really well done. But then there's also this like mafia hitman that's just like kind of always one step behind them, even though there's no indication of how he would have the information to follow them. Like, you see the detectives doing detective work to find their trail, but there's this other guy who's just like kind of always there, and it's like, that's weird, and it also doesn't really fit all that well. I also think some of the stuff is a little bit too on the nose. I can tell that it feels personal, and it feels Maggie Gyllenhaal had something to say, but like I don't know how effective it is to have the character yell out "Me Too" multiple times in a scene when it's like, we get that that's what it's about. Like, I don't know that we necessarily need it like hammered over our heads.
A little too on the nose.
It's just like a little ham-fisted.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, it's really well. I love the dialogue. I love the way it's shot. I love the setting. It's like a really cool setting. And again, lead actress, just amazing.
Cool.
So I definitely do recommend it, but just keep in mind that your mileage may vary because you know, it is a uneven movie, but it's an uneven movie that I really thoroughly enjoyed and kind of keep thinking about. I'm like, yeah, man, that movie was cool.
Right.
And then I was over at John's to help him with some auditions, and he told me about it's a series of movies, Japanese movies, called Baby Assassins.
Okay, yeah, why not?
And Justin, y'all need to fucking watch Baby Assassins.
Okay.
It is like I said, it's a Japanese made movie. First one I think came out in like 2021 or 2022.
Sure.
It is about a pair of female assassins that are fresh out of high school. They've been assassins while they were in high school, but as they graduate, they are told by their assassin agency that, in order to fit into society, you have to move in together as roommates, and you also have to get part-time jobs because we don't always have assassin gigs for you, and you have to look like regular people. Otherwise, it's going to call attention to yourselves. And so one of the assassins is extremely introverted, and she's pretty tomboyish and has like a lot of like social anxiety. And then the other girl is way more girly and extroverted, but she's also a fucking psychopath.
Okay.
And it's really fun.
Okay.
I'm going to say this, and it's going to turn you off, but I have a reason for saying it.
Okay.
When you watch enough VTubers, you learn that like a lot of female VTubers in particular are like kind of girl failures that for whatever reason couldn't really hack a regular job very well, either because of mental health issues or like crippling anxiety or chronic pain issues or myriad of things, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I think maybe it's because of the VTuber, because I'm sure there's a lot of male streamers that are this way too.
Sure.
But because of the VTuber persona, they get a little they get a little less guarded about that type of stuff. And so they'll talk about struggles with this stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, like you kind of know nothing about the real world because you live this shut-in life behind this animated avatar. That's these girls. They are so disconnected from like the real world. They became assassins for reasons, and the reasons are that they can't really hack it in regular society. And they're just fucking hilarious, and the action is really good too. It's really well choreographed. It's and you need to see a Yakuza boss visit a maid cafe because he's thinking about opening a maid cafe, and watching like a grizzled older Yakuza boss go moi moi kyun.
That okay, yeah.
It's great.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
All right.
It's also like I think very indicative of Gen Z, because younger Gen Z got like a really bad, because of the pandemic, that really fucked them up, I think, fundamentally, right? So like anytime that I like have like a really weird interaction with someone in like a retail or food service space and they're young, I'm always like, it's not their fault. The pandemic hit them in like a very crucial point in like social development or whatever. And then also the world is just the way it is. And so they kind of didn't have a chance. So I get that.
Yeah.
And that's very much this here is like, yeah, I can totally see this movie coming out of the pandemic where it's like, you have these girls that are like 17 or 18 and would have been, just starting high school when the pandemic hit or whatever.
Sure.
And not like missing out on very important things to help them basically become regular members of society.
Yeah.
But they learn that they're really good with killing.
Oh, well,
and man, I can't recommend it enough. There's 3 movies and a TV series.
Okay. Wow.
And John showed me the trailers for all 3 movies. He wasn't aware of the TV series. And I need to see them all now because like every single one of them, like the premise is like even better. And in this one, the big thing is that they're jumping from part-time job to part-time job. Nothing's clicking. And then they get a job at a maid cafe.
Okay.
And that's very silly and fun.
That sounds like it.
And also, like I was telling John, I was like, it's been cool to see Japanese cinema evolve over the last like 25 years, because I remember a time when it was like everything that was coming out of Japan looked like it was 30 years older. And the acting was really bad and the special effects were really bad. And even just like the quality of the camera work and images were really bad.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And in the last like 25 years, like it's just improved exponentially year after year.
Yeah.
And like there's like a really well shot, well written, well acted, choreographed movie. Like it's
good.
It's one of those movies where once you see it, you're going to be like, okay, I need to show this to somebody. Like I need, because that was my exact thought when I was watching. I was like, oh, Justin needs to know about this. I need to.
Yeah.
My friends in Colorado aren't that big on subtitles, which might be a hard sell for them. But it's like it's so light that I feel that they might be okay with it.
Right.
But man, I had so much fun with Baby Assassins. Holy shit.
That's good.
Instantly likable characters, like from the very moment that you see them.
Okay.
And then
I'm looking
are you looking it up?
Yeah. Okay.
Some good shit. I want a video game. I also want an anime.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Because it is very like kind of slice of life. Like some of it is just like them hanging out of the apartment, and you see how like good friends they are, like how comfortable they are with each other. Like it's just like them on a futon where one of them is playing on her Switch and the other one has her legs draped over the other, and she's watching cat videos on her phone.
Right.
And they're just like wasting the day, and then they're like, one of us like, oh, I don't want to go to work.
Wow. This is the first movie I've ever seen that has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. That's insane.
Yeah.
Now, however that works, but yeah.
I would be surprised if someone didn't like this movie, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'd be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, was it last night? No, it was Wednesday. Last night I watched Baby Assassins.
Okay.
I didn't put this on the list because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Okay.
I watched Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Man, how bored were you? How did that go?
It wasn't that. It was, we recorded our episode of The Lobster.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to know.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
Like, I have issues with The Lobster that, executive producers can listen to on Cinemorons. Yeah. But I loved Begonia.
Yeah.
And, you had said at the end of the Lobster episode that, like, look, Kim still doesn't like The Lobster, but she does like Killing of a Sacred Deer.
She did like that one, yeah.
And there's something there, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and check out Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie is way funnier than The Lobster.
It's fucking weird, isn't it? It's so fucking, it is weird as shit.
I was cackling. And I realized that that's not the intention.
No, it's not.
But
I was doing the same thing. Yeah. No,
but when your 8-year-old son like can't walk and you get really frustrated with him and you're like, hey, we're gonna walk now, and you like pick him up and start like puppeting him around, and then you just let him drop to the ground.
Yeah.
That is very funny to me.
Oh no, that movie is really funny. I agree. It's supposed to be a horror movie, and I was like, I think I said this on there, but I was like, I was watching it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm so into it. It's so like, my big thing was like immediately, because I think the first thing they mentioned in it is like, he's like buying the kid a watch, like and they're going over all this fucking weird watch talk, and I'm like,
oh no, it's him with his anesthesiologist, where they're just talking about watches.
Yeah,
and it's in that Lobster way.
It is. Because and I didn't watch The Lobster yet, so I had only watched this, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, immediately,
so robotic. It's like, here's what we will do: we will go together, and I would tell him that you were like a coworker of mine.
Yes.
He will surely give you a discount.
Yeah,
and it's like, nobody fucking. And as I was watching the movie, I was like, I want behind the scenes, because I want to see Yorgos Lanthimos being like, no, give me less. No, less human, more robotic. Like, too much emotion.
For some reason, it works in that movie to me. I don't know why. It's so fucking weird. It so
works,
out
except
there
is one scene where Colin Farrell's character breaks into tears. I'm like, no. This is out of place. Like, this feels wrong now.
Right.
It's also like at the core, it's basically a horror version of a Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, it's a Greek myth, essentially.
Okay.
That is what.
But
it's
my thing
based
is like,
on.
oh no, the answer is crystal clear.
Yeah,
You do this one.
yeah,
This one sucks.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
just like I don't know why we're belaboring this, and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's because I'm not a parent, but it's like no, yeah. I'm very much a Spock for a lot of things where it's like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and it's
the
like okay,
second
if
time I've
we're
heard
all
that quote
going,
today.
then let's get rid of this shitty one.
Yeah.
We can start over.
Was it the daughter?
No, the son.
Oh, the son. Okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
I just thought he was pretty shitty, and then also he's like the youngest, and he's a boy anyway, so he's going to turn into a man and suck. So
that's
just
true.
let's scrap him.
Yeah.
Maybe go for another daughter later. But one thing that was really difficult for me to watch this movie, when I was talking about Crime 101, Justin, I told you there was an actor in there that has a face that is extremely off-putting, and I can't really stand looking at him.
Mm.
And it's the guy who plays the teenage boy that causes all the shit.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And apparently, according to John, this was his breakout role.
I believe it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny, as I was watching the movie, I was like, because this movie came out in 2017.
Mm.
And I'm like, so that was 9 years ago.
Sure. Yeah.
In another 4 or 5 years, I could see him playing a really good Joker. But apparently he has already played the Joker in The Batman with Robert Pattinson. There's a cameo by the Joker where you don't see him on camera.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's that actor playing him. And I'm like, no, I can actually see that. I think that would actually be pretty good.
Yeah. No.
Even if I hated The Batman.
Yeah.
But he could make a really good Joker, because just listening to him in this movie, I was like, oh, I can see it. Like,
oh yeah,
once he's a little older,
he's so fucking off-putting in that movie that it's kind of like that's like that whole style of dialogue with him works really well. Like, because it's just like there's something so fucking weird and off-putting and creepy about him the entire time, and you can't. Yeah, that movie's interesting.
It is.
Sure.
And even though I went ahead and watched it, I'm still down to do it for a Cinemorons down the line, because there's a lot of shit that I could say about it that I don't want to necessarily say
I get
here, because there was like a read that I had on his wife that I thought was implied but not necessarily like stated outright, and maybe it's just something that I was reading into her, but I wouldn't mind going deeper into that later on down the road. But yeah. Poor Things is up next, because I just have to go ahead and like finish it off.
You got to do it.
I mean, those aren't all of his movies, but these are the four that are like well known.
Those are the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did like this more than The Lobster.
I figured.
I will say that.
Yeah.
But I found it way funnier than The Lobster, even though The Lobster is supposed to be the comedy and it's supposed to be the horror movie.
I actually kind of agree with you. They're like, and it's I kind of agree with that. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just. And like the kids doing that dialogue is extra weird, because they're not as good at doing it as the adult actors, so it comes off even stranger.
Yeah, it's a weird
something, man.
It's a weird fucking movie. It's a weird movie, man. Yeah, weird movie.
Yeah, but that is it for everything that I got up to during the week.
Yep.
I think the last thing to do before we get out of here is we do have some CQC, or comments, questions, and concerns.
All right.
As always, there's many ways to get at us. You can email us. The email address is thestageselectpod@gmail.com. You can comment on the posts over on YouTube or Spotify or Patreon, or you can join our Discord, which is the preferred way, because we like to have people in the Discord. And there is a channel for said comments, questions, or concerns.
Oh, there you go.
Starting off with Xavier, he says, do you have a word or words that every time you write or type them, you are convinced it looks wrong? For instance, at my new job, I have to type the word successfully about 25 times a day as I mark tasks. And despite this, about 25% of the time, I do a double take to make sure it is spelled right.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is really hard to answer. I know there's an answer to it, though. But I don't type enough to remember. Like, I don't do. My job is not an office type of job, so I don't do a lot of typing.
Yeah. And you don't do a lot of texting either.
No, and even when I do, the autocorrect comes up a lot. But I know there's one that every time I type it, I'm like, that's not right. And then but then it will tell me that it's right. And I'm like, but are you telling me it's right, or it's just something that I've typed before and you just assume that's how I spell it? I don't know. So I think the phone is lying to me, and I can't remember what word it is. I know there's an answer to this, and I can't remember it. It's something I use a lot, enough anyway. Go ahead. What's yours?
Pretty much every word.
Okay.
This may come as a shock to people, but I'm a terrible speller. So I have a lot of issues with it. And so when I'm typing things on the computer, like spell check is my friend. It's a lifesaver at work. Funnily enough, I have autocorrect turned off on my phone because I hate the predictive stuff.
Yeah, it gets annoying.
So what I'll do there is if I'm posting something on Discord or on Blue Sky, or I'm texting someone, if I'm not sure, then I'll Google it real quick before I continue.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Because I don't like looking like I'm a bad speller, but I am a bad speller. Just kind of across the board, which is weird because I read a lot. My parents kind of taught me to read early on, and you would think that would translate to being a good speller, but it didn't somehow.
Yeah.
Like I can read very well. I've got a very high vocabulary, but I'm shit at spelling. Always have been.
I am pretty good at spelling for the most part. I was the sixth best speller in my class. At the spelling bee, I was the best. I came in sixth. I can't remember what word it was that I misspelled, but so that's good. At least I don't have that like haunting my existence or anything.
Right. I would.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like most people are like, it was this word. And I remember my dad being like, or one of my parents being like, well, you'll never forget how that word's spelled. And I'm like, I don't even remember what word it is anymore. So that's good. Fuck, I know there's an answer to this, and I'm trying to think of it. It's not coming to me though. It's not. It's like a weird word. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to move on. I'm sorry. I know there is one. Is one. If it comes up, I'll randomly say it. But like, I don't do a lot of texting or typing, and So, and I am a decent enough speller, but I know this feeling he's describing for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
100%.
I have it a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of it is words where it's like it could be an E or an A. And those will throw me off.
Those will get me too every now and then. I think the ones for me is ones that don't like. I can't remember how they go into the next part. Like they're like it'll have like fully at the end, or like something like that, and I can't remember exactly how they link together. If that makes any sense, and that's and I know that's why I'm sitting here fucking going nuts because I can't. I know there's a word that I always am like, how do these two? I know this is one word, but I can't remember exactly how it goes together. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Xavier's next question, because I didn't realize that he's got 3 here.
Right.
Wallet, money clip, Ziploc bag, loose in pocket. How do you keep your money, IDs, etc.? One of my friends keeps his ID, debit card, and cash loose in his pocket, and it feels insane to me. I just have a wallet.
Yeah,
I've had like the same wallet for like 15 years.
I can beat that. I've had the same wallet since I was in high school.
Holy shit.
Yep. It's still holding strong. Calvin Klein. Good quality fucking wallet. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. It's just a decent leather wallet. Like,
yeah.
And sometimes I want to get myself like one of those Ridge wallets because they have like the
I've thought about
the chip blocker in there.
Yeah.
Because that is a concern. I have a little like RF blocking box that I keep my car keys in.
Sure, yeah.
Because apparently people can like clone those as they're walking by and shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my car's in a garage, but still,
right.
It's just I'm like, an extra layer of protection. That's
right.
That's
yeah.
Fine. But I've just been rocking kind of the same wallet for ages. I've got a fucking Oh no, I've had it longer than 15 years. I've had it for over 20 now that I think about it.
Yeah,
because
probably.
I have a Blockbuster membership card from when I was in my first apartment.
nice.
And that would have been around like 2005.
Nice. Yeah, I know I got mine in high school. I remember being like, "Oh, it's Calvin Klein. That's weird." And then I was like, "Well, I don't have my other wallet that was like I just randomly picked up somewhere, like broke." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll take this one." And then it's been holding fucking strong ever since.
Yeah.
Kim seen my wallet and said, "I'm buying you a new wallet." She bought me a new wallet. And I'm still like, but I'm still using this one. It's still working.
Yeah.
How
stuffed is your wallet? Because that's a thing.
Oh, it's stuffed. Oh, it's pretty.
Okay. See, my wallet isn't all that stuffed.
Yeah.
Like it still maintains like a pretty decent shape. I'm not one of those back pocket wallet people though.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like pretty bad for you if you're sitting on like a pretty thick wallet.
Yeah, it probably is, but I'm fine. I am fine. Actually, I have no ass, so it actually helps because it actually provides a cushion. And sometimes I will put something in the other back pocket and really add cushion. It's like I have an ass. It's great.
Nice.
Works out pretty well.
Yeah. I also do not have an ass. I've got a Hank Hill ass.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, diminished glutes, rise up. Yeah, no, I've been thinking about like actually switching to the newer one at some point, and just like because I'm not getting rid of that wallet because it's now an heirloom. You know, like it's been around this long. It's but I'll keep all the old stuff.
I'm willing to bet the new wallet doesn't last nearly as like you will go back to your older wallet at some
possible.
point.
I mean that it is like it definitely has seen better days. Like it is wore out. Don't get me wrong, but it's still like everything is held in place just fine. Nothing's like falling out or anything when I open it. It's doing okay.
Yeah, if mine had like major holes or something like that, that would be one thing. But no, it's still fully like intact.
Same here.
It's just like very smooth and worn on the exterior, but like
basically,
it holds everything that I need.
I wish I had it near me to show you because I know exactly what you described. Yes.
Yeah. Last one from Xavier. You gain a one-time magic where you can wish a new game into existence, but it must be based on an IP that has never been made into a video game before. What IP do you choose?
It has to be an IP. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and never made into a game before.
They should make a Sisu game.
Okay.
I just seen it, and it would be a fucking awesome ass video game. Actually, it would be pretty dope. That would be pretty all right because they're doing a John Wick one. So yeah,
I'm so excited for that John Wick game.
Yeah, it might be pretty good. It looked pretty cool. Yeah,
the trailer, because it was a really well done trailer because they keep his face in the shadows, but just if you know the movies, just watching the movement, you're like, holy shit, that's a John Wick video game. Yeah, and then the question is, but is it Keanu's likeness, and is it Keanu doing the voice? And the trailer ends panning up to that's Keanu's face, and then he just says, yeah, and it's like, holy fucking shit, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
For me, it would be a game based on the book series Nine Princes in Amber by Roger Zelazny. It's a science fiction fantasy series.
Sure, yeah.
I've been wanting a game based on that for ages. My idea for it is because it's narrated by the main character, Corwin. And it's funny, I've had this idea since before Bastion came out. But my big hook from a narrative aspect is I would want the main character to be narrating it as you were playing the game. So there's like dynamic narration based on your actions, but also obviously he's also narrating the bigger cutscene parts.
Yeah.
That was the thing that made me fall in love with the original Legacy of Kain game, was hearing Kain kind of narrate his adventure and describe all the items and stuff to you. And it's like, I want more of that. It's also just a really trippy universe because Amber is supposed to be the one true world.
Okay.
And all of the royalty of Amber can basically create their own realities, and so they'll go off and live in their own pocket dimensions and stuff like that.
Why not?
And the main character Corwin basically was attacked and lost his memory and had been living on Earth for an extended period of time in a like asylum.
Okay.
And then he comes back to himself and he breaks out of the asylum and he finds one of his brothers, and they make it back to Amber. But like the way that you travel to Amber is you get into a mode of transportation and you just start to mentally replace things with what you know of where you're wanting to go. And so it's this very trippy imagery of like, okay, like now we're transitioning to a world where the trees are red, like all completely red, and like everybody is like purple with 4 arms.
Okay.
And you kind of like start to substitute stuff until finally you make it back to the true world, which is Amber. And there's like lots of like Game of Thrones style intrigue with the royal family and stuff like that. There's magic, there's sword fighting, but it's a really cool series.
Sounds neat. Yeah. Sounds neat.
Been wanting that for years. I think we actually did. Oh yeah, I talked about that on a Pixel Talk episode.
There you go.
Which predates Nerds Without Pants. That's how long ago
I've been wanting that. Ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
60x Self asks, is there a chain restaurant you've never been to but is locally available and you just never have?
Ooh, good
follow up.
Question.
Why not?
Oh, good question. Good question. Do you have one, Julian?
I am a huge chain restaurant guy.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that there is one that I've never been to. I don't think there's one that I've never been to. Like, I think I've been to like any of the like main chain restaurants around here at least once. I have
to check and make sure. If it counts, because we have a Golden Corral. I haven't been to this Golden Corral, but I've been to other Golden Corrals, so I don't think that counts.
No, I think that counts as you having been there.
Yeah, there is one I'm thinking of, but I have to make sure it's a chain. I think it is.
There's chains that I wish were here that aren't, like Yoshinora or Yoshinoya.
I'm pretty sure this is a chain. Hold on. Is a chain? I guess so. Oh, okay.
I wish there were more Long John Silvers around.
I do too. We have one, but it's like slightly out of town. Like it's slightly, it's weird because it's in a city that's like doesn't have anything. I'm like, why are you here? Like, what the fuck? Like, there used to be the fucking combo of Taco Bell, Long John Silver's down the road here, and that was cool. Like, you know, you could go to either one. Long John Silver's would close early, and Taco Bell would be open, but you know, whatever. And now it's in like this other city that like I fucking hate that town. It's a bunch of rich fucking pricks over there, and I'm not going. Like, why do they get a Long John Silver's? They don't need.
Oh, I was gonna say that I was assuming that it was like a smaller town that is less affluent, and that's why it's there.
No, but if it's a smaller town, but it's like it's where people go to not live where I live. That's basically it. And it's like they're a bunch of snooty fucks. It's really weird. I don't. It's
wasted on them. They don't appreciate a plate of brown.
It's so fucking odd. I don't understand why it went there. It's so weird. Anyway, no, it's not Long John Silver's. I've been there. The one that comes to mind that I have continuously said, one of these days I need to go there because it's like the one place in town I haven't eaten at, and that is a place called the Longhorn Steakhouse. It is a chain.
Steakhouse.
Yeah, see, never been to a Longhorn Steakhouse. We have one right down the fucking road.
Yeah.
Never been to it. We have a Texas Roadhouse, and I hate that. I fucking hate that place.
Is it the peanuts on the ground?
No. My problem is the abrasively loud fucking country music at all times. Like you can't. It's like being in a bar, and I hate bars for that reason because you can't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just like. We need to fucking jam Friends in Low Places at top volume. And I'm like, there's a time and a place for that. It's not here. Okay. I'm trying to fucking.
I think it's exactly there though, Justin.
No,
I think
it's not. It's not. I'm trying to have a meal. God damn it.
It's Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, I know. I hate it. You go for the atmosphere. It's just an atmosphere I hate.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But Longhorn Steakhouse, I'm always like, maybe it's good. And it's probably a lot fucking quieter. I should go there. Just to see, and I never do. Did I ever say that I did eat the mall Chinese food here? Did I ever
No.
tell that story? I did. I even ate it today. I've eaten it multiple times now. I'm pretty sure this was a bit that I like forgot I was going to do one day, and here we are now. So that's great. The highlights so far: bourbon chicken, great, really good bourbon chicken.
Oh, it sounds like my shitty Thai place.
Yeah. I think it's that. I think it's exactly. I think they all, from what I looked into, they're like
kind of get the stuff from the same place.
The same stuff from the same place, yeah. And that's basically it. So yeah, like there's bourbon chicken, there's orange chicken. The orange chicken's really good. That's what I had today. Bourbon chicken, quite good.
Do they have barbecue pork at that one?
I don't know. I'll have to look next time I go.
My place in Austin does not serve barbecue pork, but I had shitty Thai food when we went to go watch Fuck My Son in Denver.
Was it at a mall?
They served. We went to the mall.
Okay.
And they had barbecue pork, and there was some fucking delicious barbecue pork.
All right. I'll have to keep that. I'll have to keep a lookout for that. That might be a thing. Yeah.
I love how it's fire engine red. It's like so unnatural looking, but it's so good.
Is it hot?
No.
Okay.
It's not spicy.
Okay.
Got
it.
It's like whatever
weird
it's coated in. It's like fire stuff. Engine red.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. All right. I'll keep an eye out for that. So far I think they've only had different kinds of chicken and maybe a beef. I can't remember.
Yeah, the place that I go to locally, it's mostly chicken. Like I get, well, they don't call it bourbon chicken at this place. They just call it, I think, grilled chicken. Okay. And there's the mango chicken and the pineapple chicken. All three of those.
That sounds pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds different. Yeah, we have orange chicken and bourbon chicken, and then there's like a spicy bourbon chicken, which I'm afraid to try, because I'm a white man and can't handle spices.
Right.
So what are you gonna do? But yeah. It's good. It's good. I like our mall Chinese food. It's quite good, or whatever it is. It's great. I'm very happy with it.
I can say this now because he won't hear it, but John got a part-time job at that mall.
Okay.
While he's pursuing the acting stuff, and his first like alone day is Saturday as we're recording this. So I'm planning to go over to get some shitty Thai food, and also like go.
Oh, there you go.
Support my friend and be like, hey, how's it going?
Sounds great. Sounds fun. It's a good time.
Yeah. 60 has another question. What's a game genre you used to love but have cooled on?
Ooh. That's you know what? I think I have played enough roguelite deck builders, just enough. I really liked that genre when it first came out. I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is I see the trappings here. This is really cool. And I've played enough iterations now to be like, yeah, they're kind of all alike in the ways that they are different. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't care. And I love card games. I fucking love collectible card games and stuff like that. I'm into that type of shit. Give me all your weird mechanics. But like, I'm just like, I'm kind of played out on that genre a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like a lot of the Next Best demos was exactly that.
I know.
Or a
there's
flavor
so
of
many.
that.
Like I see them now. I'm like, oh, it's a roguelite deck builder. And used to that'd be like, oh, it's a roguelite deck builder. That's cool. All right. And now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't really have much of an interest in it. I want to play like the Vampire Survivors one. That seems neat. Because if anybody can kind of bring me back into that fold, maybe they can. But
I'll be getting that one this year, and then I think Slay the Spire 2 is early access right now, but they're saying it'll probably be like a year or two before the full release. Yeah. So I'll just wait for the full release.
I'll wait for the full release, and I'll try it then, and that's how that'll go. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get into it, maybe I won't. Like I really liked Monster Train. When I played Monster Train 2, I was just like, it's just this again. Like it's cool, but like I don't care that much. And that's just a genre that I've really cooled on a lot. It used to be like every time I'd see it, I'd be like, all right, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this. And now I'm just like, I just can't.
Yeah. It's funny because like there's a certain type of pretentious gamer that I can't stand that are like all about the indies and fuck AAA and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, AAA is just a bunch of derivative blah, blah. It's like the same shit over all. It's like, are you actually looking at like the indie space? Because it's like that stuff is like so cookie cutter because the games are smaller, so they can be copied so much more quickly than in the AAA space. And it's like, looking through the Steam Next Fest, I was like, man, it's like there's 3 flavors of indie game right now, and I'm kind of burnt out on most of them. So, like, don't get me wrong, there is interesting stuff there, and there's unique stuff there. Yeah, but there's also interesting and unique stuff in the AAA space as well. It's, to me, it's like they're the same. It's just a matter of budget. Yeah, and so ultimately, what you're saying is like, I don't like something that looks that costs a lot of money to make. Right. Because it costs a lot of money to make. I don't care about the quality or anything like that.
I loved Balatro when it came out. I don't need
so many of them.
I don't need everybody to try to turn this weird simple game into Balatro again. Like, no, it's cool that one time. Let's move on. I don't need fucking roguelike dominoes. Let's stop. Right. This is too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And sorry, as far as my genre, it's 100% fighting games.
I can see that. Yeah, I still like fighting games, but not near as much as I used to. Yeah,
I don't spend as much time with them. Like, it occurred to me when Alex came out for Street Fighter 6 that I was like, I haven't even used the entire base roster of Street Fighter 6. Right. Like, and I'm the type of guy who plays everybody in Street Fighter. Yeah. And the fact that I haven't even touched like half of the base cast, I think that says a lot. And that's the most I've gotten into a fighting game since 4. Yeah. But not having my cousin to play with anymore, and also the meta of fighting games having shifted drastically since I was hot and heavy into 4. That's been a double cooling factor for me.
Yeah. I like to play whatever the story mode is, and if it's fun, great. Now I'm kind of like to the point where I'm like, I will wait for the fighting game to go on sale, because like I've kind of reached that point where I'm like, I still like this genre, but I don't care about the competitive aspect of it at all. I'm just gonna play. Like, I will buy this when it's on, like, for $5 on a Steam sale or something like that, and I'll have a great time with whatever mode I get into. Or if it sucks, I just won't play it again, and that's fine.
Having said that, though, if Capcom makes a Street Fighter Alpha 4 or a new Rival Schools, those are both day ones for me.
I do want to play that Marvel one. That one looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. The roster is so slight for having 4-member teams that that's a thing where I'm not only going to wait for a sale, I'm going to wait for a sale on like the upgraded version.
That's fair.
Yeah. It also doesn't seem to be hitting as strongly as people were hoping in the beta tests. Like, it's been kind of a cool reception from a lot of people.
Ooh. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
It seems like
maybe you should wait on it. Got it.
Yeah, because it seems like the characters are way sameier than you would expect them to be.
Oh, that's not great. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
We will see.
Yeah.
Casey asks, since we got Julian's answer for who he'd want to play him in a movie, who would Justin want to play himself in a movie?
Who would I want to play me in a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Justin doesn't have notions like that.
I really don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. God, who's like even my age anymore in movies? that's the
I don't think that's necessary, like, because you could pick an older actor to play you when you're older, or you could pick a younger actor, right? Like, it's fine.
Sure. Okay, younger me. Who's gonna play younger me? I don't know actors that well. That's the problem. Yeah. I'm just now getting into that space where I'm like, oh, I recognize that person. They're good at acting.
Yeah. Liam Hemsworth. That's who should play Justin.
Liam Hemsworth. Is that okay? Let's look this guy up. No, that's
the younger Hemsworth.
Yeah, he's too handsome.
I know that was the joke.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But you know how like you'll see like biopics that are based on like real events, and it's like that actor is way too hot for playing that person in real life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to look that up. List of actors. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work great. I'll just pick a man off a list.
List them all.
List them all for me. Just this guy. Throw a dart. Fuck, man. You said
for an older actor, I could see a Steve Buscemi playing you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be fun. Or David Cross. I would have thought he was okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, for the older part. Younger, I don't know. I don't know anybody new anymore. They'd have to have hair because I had hair back then. But then again, you have to go bald in your high school years. I'm a very unique individual. Nobody can play me. I'll play myself.
Okay.
I want to see a movie where I play myself. It'll be great.
I do too, actually.
That'd be the worst movie we've ever seen. It'd be fucking terrible, but yeah.
All right. Catching up, last comment, question, or concern from the Let's Play Princess. She asked, assuming that the first spot on each team are Optimus and Megatron, who are your 2 to 5 slots when it comes to the Autobots and Decepticons?
Oh,
it's a good question.
So you get, okay. So
you're automatically going to have Optimus and Megatron on either side because
okay.
But who are occupying the next like slots up to 5?
Okay. Like, are we assembling a dream team or are we assembling our favorites?
However you want to do it.
Okay. All right.
Mine is going to be a little bit of column A and column B.
Okay. All right. Decepticons. You probably want Starscream in there. He's great. Soundwave. Pretty great. Shockwave. I like him. He's always kind of like your tech guy. He always seems like the smart one. I'm trying to think of another Decepticon that I like. Rumble. But then he kind of comes with Soundwave. He comes with Soundwave. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Trying to think. Do the Constructicons come as a team?
I think for this you would select a Constructicon. I think
one
Constructicon,
then they're all useless. Constructicons form Devastator, the most powerful robot. We shall rule. Most powerful of all Decepticons. We shall rule. Oh man, this last one's really tough. Oh man, I'm trying to think of a man. And the Decepticons, God, I watch a lot of Transformers now, and I can't think of another fucking Decepticon other than the 4 I just listed. I wanted the goddamn Constructicons. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. What's the other plane guy? I always forget his name. He's the black one, the black and gray one. Fuck.
There's a black and purple one.
There's
a black and blue one.
The black and purple one is the one I'm trying to think of.
That's Skywarp.
Skywarp, that's the name. Yes, thank you. Okay, we'll throw him on there. He has a cool color scheme. We'll have 2 planes. Decepticons can all fly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Autobots. You have Optimus. I want Cup. I fucking love Cup. He's one of my favorites. I really like Blur too. Blur is one of my favorites. I cannot remember this guy's name ever, and I know you'll know it. You know Transformers a lot. Who was the opposite boombox guy? What was his name? Blaster. That's it. I want Blaster and I want Perceptor. I fucking love Perceptor. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty old school with this. So for Decepticons, I'm actually going for 3 of the 4 spots, just Seekers. So it's Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker.
Sure,
because they're a unit.
Yeah,
and then for the last one, So I like Soundwave as a character, but I'm also kind of going for like a combat team, and it's like
Okay.
Soundwave by nature of like his alt mode and stuff. Like other than having the other cassettes, he's not.
I was going
like,
to say those cassettes are real powerful, though. I mean,
they are. And then Shockwave is way too sadistic. Like he's kind of too much of a loose cannon. No pun intended.
I like Shockwave.
So I'm going to go with a deeper cut from Gen 1, which is Weird Wolf, who's one of the headmasters.
Yeah.
I always loved Weird Wolf.
Okay.
I like a headmaster.
Sure.
Autobots, again, old school.
Yeah.
I'm going Bumblebee, Ironhide, Prowl, and
those are all good.
Brawn.
Which one was Brawn?
Brawn is like the little Jeep. He's like one of the strongest Autobots on in the original team, but he's also a minicon or a minibot.
Oh, I gotta look that up now.
He's one of the first ones that dies on the shuttle in the movie.
Oh yeah, I mean they cleared out all the old toys in that fucking thing.
But he's like way stronger than he looks because he's Bumblebee size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brawn from Transformers. Thank you, Google. Thank you. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Always liked Brawn.
Okay, yeah. I always forget their names. That's my big problem. Is I know by the look. I'm like, oh yeah, that knucklehead. Yeah, I know him. Yeah. Okay, Brawn. Yeah, he gets fucking wasted in the movie.
Yeah. Man, nightmares that night in 1986 for Julian.
I bet. I think, yeah, man, they were like melting fucking motherfuckers in Unicron. That shit was crazy. Yeah. Do we consider Unicron a Decepticon? No, we don't.
No, he's outside of.
Yeah.
Unicron and Primus are the deities.
I feel like we needed to set more rules for this because, like, if Rumble comes with Soundwave, the Constructicons should have come as a unit. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Phoebe has one last question, which is alternate question. Who is your favorite and least favorite combiner?
From Transformers?
Yes.
Okay. I like the Constructicons, but the Dinobots, they didn't combine. Who are the man? That's the only one I know is Devastator. I'm a little old school in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is actually a Decepticon combiner. It's Bruticus, which is the Combaticons.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Devastator was mine because that's the only one I know of. I know there was an Autobot one too, wasn't there?
Oh, I mean, there's tons. Yeah, there's tons on either side. But the first Autobot one was Superion, the Aerobots.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh,
and then like right after that was Defensor, the Protectobots.
That sounds familiar, but yeah.
But my least favorite combiner is an Autobot. It is Computron. I forget what their subset is. It's not the Compubots, or maybe it might be the Compubots. I didn't like Computron. I'm not a big fan of the designs after the movie when they start to get away from disguising themselves and they're just like they're all like Cybertronian vehicles.
Now I have to see Computron. I need to see this.
There's a really excellent episode of the original cartoon where Grimlock gets zapped and becomes super intelligent and he creates Computron.
This guy looks terrible. He's kind of great though. Oh boy. Yeah.
That nice maroon detailing.
Oh man. Yeah, that guy's a mess. That's kind of great though. Oh man, what a mishmash of motherfucker. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I can agree with you on that. That guy's pretty terrible, man. I'm just looking at him. All right.
Yeah, like Bruticus has like a nice cohesive look because it's still in the era when they're trying to disguise themselves on Earth and they're all like military vehicles and they're
okay.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Transformers.
More than meets the eye.
Yeah. I put together my blockies that I bought in Denver and I got the 1 in 36 IDW Gladiator Megatron. He's very silvery and shiny.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's right after his origin story in IDW, where he starts off as like a mining bot that's kind of trying to get people, the bots to rise up, and then he starts fighting in gladiator games, and that's kind of where he starts to cement his
Isn't that what they
following.
kind of based that one movie on or whatever?
Yeah, Transformers 1 is very much based off of the Megatron origin story in the IDW series, which is cool. That was the right way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a show, Justin.
I think that's a show, Julian. We did it.
Just shy of 3 hours. I did jinx us earlier.
Before we leave, I will give my review on this chair. Not bad. Not bad. A little firm in the seat, but the different leg options are kind of nice. And the
how's the butt?
Like I said, a little firm in the seat. A little firm in the seat. But
not a cushion.
But not too bad. Nothing. Like I sat here the whole time. I'm not sweaty. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd give it a solid like 7 out of 10. You know,
nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the top, like it was smart getting the fabric because, like, especially in
I
Ohio, where you're going from like super cold to sometimes very hot.
I trust me, I thought about it. I was like, this leather is a problem. I need to change this around. So yeah,
I feel that way about leather furniture in general, but also Texas. Like I have stuck to leather furniture before. It's not. I hate it.
I had a car with leather seats. It was nice. It was a nice car. It was a good old Lincoln Continental. That thing was badass. But like, the leather in the summertime was a problem. It just was.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, nice, not bad. But summertime, fucking forget about it.
All right. Well, thanks as always to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for providing us with our logo and artwork. Thanks to you, the listener, for checking us out. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.